As per usual here at Independence, they have us posted up in the corner and on the floor, so we'll be deflecting some basketballs and potentially some bodies from running into our table here this evening. 7 minutes until tip of the opener for this year's SEK Conference play. Ian, the Circle Tournament is one in which our Labette County boys might want to forget, but our girls not so much, as they will be taking on a team tonight in which they tied for the championship, but the tiebreaker went to the Independence Lady Bulldogs. So both these teams coming off of successful Towanda Circle Classic appearances and playing pretty good basketball.
Yeah, definitely a great start for both of these teams, and I think that our Lady Grizzlies will continue starting off hot, especially in the first half, and then coming out even better in the second half. I think this will be a really great game, especially with Indy coming off that win in the Circle Tournament. So I think it'll be a great defensive game for both teams as well. I think we won't see much offense since they did have like 90 points or so only given up in that Circle Tournament, as well as us around 100. So it'll be a very great defensive game. So I'm excited to watch this one.
This is the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball live from Independence, Kansas. Grizzlies take on the Bulldogs. SEK Conference opener on the season, second week of December. Jack Leake, Ian Harlow with you. If you're just tuning in, missed the opener, we're going to take a look back at a few different things in tonight's pregame show. We're going to quickly summarize Labette County's first 4 games of the year. They hosted Bonner Springs, have not played a conference game, and then had the Circle Tournament 3 days last week. So tonight, Ian, will be our squad's 4th game in a 7-day period. They played Mulvane at home last Tuesday, Collegiate on Thursday, Circle on Saturday, and Independence tonight. 4 games in 7 days. You don't see that at any level of basketball other than the NBA. In college, if they have those tournaments, they generally give those teams a break when they're done. Not here, not in the SEK, not in high school sports, and I'm not against it. We're going to hit the ground running, as after tonight we go to Parsons on Friday and then go to Chanute on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, this will be a very exciting week, especially with Parsons coming up Friday and then Chanute Tuesday. So very great SEK opponents here, and so these are the games that matter the most. Certainly after coming out those Circle, that tournament, as well as the game against Bonner, those games all didn't matter as much. Yes, they goes into the win and lose columns, but these games will matter the most, especially coming in the SEK.
Yes.
So I think we do have a great shot at winning that.
We are going to look back at the outcomes of those first 4 games for our Labette County Lady Grizzlies that come into the contest with a 3-1 record. Then we're going to look at Independence and the production that they bring back, as well as some of it that they lost from a great squad last year that went to state. And then we're going to look back at the game in which the Lady Bulldogs clinched a state berth, and that was against our Lady Grizzlies on this floor. Was the last time our Lady Grizzlies played a game, at least in terms of last season, where they fell to Independence 34-27. So let's start with that game at home against Bonner Springs. Lady Grizzlies rolled. 49-22 was the final score. Home against Mulvane that following Tuesday evening, they fell to the Mulvane Wildcats 46-44 and failed to get a decent look up to close the contest to win or send it to overtime. Then you travel to Wichita Collegiate, trying not to lose 2 in a row, and you get a nice win over a much-improved Lady Spartan squad, 51-29. And on Saturday, just a couple young nights ago, you go to Towanda, Kansas, and beat the hosting T-Birds 45-37. Ian, since that was the most recent game, let's chop it up a little bit. The Lady Grizzlies only won by 8, but they never, ever allowed Circle into the game after the word go.
Yeah, like I said, after that game, when you do see the box score of that game, it's 45-37, but that whole game we were up by 15 until those last couple of seconds where we just kind of let our guard down and kind of had them come back into the game, but we knew better than that and just kind of put some more points up, kept that lead, and just came away with that win, which is really, really greatly that we needed that, especially coming into that tournament. And then we thought we won, and that was just kind of a heartbreaker, but it's definitely okay because we did learn a lot from that Circle Tournament.
Yeah, as that's kind of what it acts as. You want to win it, and heck, our Lady Grizzlies were a tiebreaker away from doing so, as they went
Yeah.
2-1 on the week. But you also want to learn about your squad a lot, and you do, because you play such quality opponents in Collegiate, Mulvane, and Circle. And that's exactly, Labette County got 2 positives out of it. They learned about their squad, the ladies' squad that is, and they got 2 really high-quality resume-building wins. Let's take a look back as we're 2 minutes from tip in Independence, Kansas. At this Independence Lady Bulldogs team, Ian, I'll be honest with you, they return more production than I thought they did. There is an injury that they are dealing with. I asked Coach Bird if their centerpiece, Tion Johnson, who's a senior, she's at 5'11", and killed Labette County last year. I asked him if she was going to try to play on that gimpy left ankle that she has braced up, taped up here in front of us right now warming up, and he said she might. So we'll see if Tion Johnson tries to give it a go. Be prepared for her to do so. I hope she does, and I hope that she plays healthy, because she's a heck of a ball player for Coach Bird's team. She's a post presence, Ian, that hurt us last year when we had Ridley Lynn Cherney underneath, and now our depth is even shallower in the paint. Boss Twins and Martin, Allie Martin holding the fort down, might be tested should Johnson play.
I think recently we have seen a lot from the Boss Twins, so as she does come in at 5'11", she looks like a very great athletic player. I think with the Boss Twins and how great they have been playing recently, especially with their defense, as long as they can box out, that is the biggest thing they need to do tonight. But other than that, I think that they're a great matchup for her.
Tion Johnson had 13 points the last time these teams faced in the Sub-State Championship game last March. Coach Vollmer in our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show after Circle, the win on Saturday, said, "We're tired of losing to Independence over here. Time to pick up a win over those stingy, tough-to-beat Lady Bulldogs of Independence." They also return the likings of Kayla Lemus and Cam Etchison. There has been an Etchison playing at Independence for the last 8 years, as her older sister tore it up in the backcourt for Indy, and now the younger sister of the bunch, Cam Etchison, the 5'6" point guard senior, is filling the role in which her her sister left for her to fill, and she did so very well. Starters for both teams are being rattled off by the PA announcer here inside the gymnasium. We will start with the home team, the Independence Bulldogs, and then go into our Lady Grizzlies. I was given the starters by Independence's voice of the Bulldogs, Casey, good friend of ours, Casey over at Bulldog Radio Station. Number 1 starting for Independence is going to be number 3, a 5'8" sophomore guard, Madeline Bashir. Number 5, a 5'9" sophomore, Brooklyn Maddox. Number 13, a 5'11" senior, Alex Jones. Number 14, a 5'9" sophomore, Kayla Lemus. Number 24, a 5'6" senior guard, Cam Etchison. Head coach for Independence is Bryson Bird, assistants Lee Odell and Preston Sharp. Starting for our Labette County Lady Grizzlies are number 10, a 5'6" senior guard, Caton O'Brien. Number 11, a 5'7" senior guard, Nevaeh Jones. Number 22, a 5'5" senior guard, Addison Rexwinkle. Number 23, a 5'8" junior guard, Landry O'Brien. And coming up in the 5 spot, playing a little bit of post position for Labette County, is Boss Twin number 1 in terms of numerical order, number 31, Aubrey Boss. Is it Kinsley
33.
This evening? Okay,
Kinsley, yes.
It's Kinsley this evening starting. A 5'9" junior forward. Kinsley Boss is the 5. Good catch there, Ian. 2 good teams, pretty even. Recent history might not argue that, as Independence has dominated our Lady Grizzlies in terms of outcomes, victory-loss in the last handful of years. But like Coach Vollmer said, we're tired of losing to these Bulldogs, and it's time to pick up a win here this evening in what should be a fun one.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a dogfight. No pun intended there, but
Hey, yeah. Bulldogs and Grizzlies getting set to go underway as the pep band is getting the somewhat thin atmosphere to start things off here in Independence High, trying to get them going early on. Labette County getting in one last word with Coach Vollmer. Lady Bulldogs doing the same with their head man, Bryson Bird. 30-second break, back with tip-off. This is Grizzly basketball on KLKC. Lady Grizzlies win the tip, and we're underway in SEK play in the 23-24 basketball year. Just 20 seconds into the game, should you just be tuning in. Addison Rexwinkle with the ball, Labette County in their road blacks. Independence in their home whites with a little bit of orange throughout. Nevaeh Jones in the corner, pounds with the left hand. Picks up her dribble, finds Landry at the top of the key near the orange Bulldog face at center court. Kaiten O'Brien turns to face on her defender, loses the basketball out of bounds. Independence basketball.
Good hustle there right by Addison Rexwinkle. Just couldn't come away with that ball.
Independence is going to try and match Labette County's defensive prowess the best that they can, and that's hard to do. Our Lady Grizzlies defense is one of the better ones in the league. Here's Independence in a full court situation, a missed layup, and the rebound ripped down by Landry O'Brien, pushing the pace across the timeline already to Kaiten. She'll swerve, shoot off the glass, and score. First bucket goes to the good guys.
We didn't see much from Kaiten against that circle win, so I'm expecting a more productive night from her tonight.
2-0 Labette County. Applying some pressure here on the road. Another strip and another steal. It's Addison Rexwinkle on the effort. Long pass up ahead, Kaiten. She'll shoot with the right, have it blocked. Rebound Landry, she's fouled, then will shoot two.
Good offensive rebound right there by Landry. I think if Kaiten could have seen her a little earlier, we could have got it to Landry and she could have got that layup, but we're still going to the line. Never mind, we're going out of bounds.
Okay.
It'll be an inbounds play.
They say on the floor.
I thought she was shooting it, but
I did as well. Nice follow-up from Landry. Kaiten will throw it in. Screens are being set, and I think we have a foul. Was that going the other way on Labette County?
I think
Perhaps
he put charge.
An illegal screen or something of the sorts?
I think on Addison.
Because Kaiten never even was able to throw the ball in. Yeah, and that is on Addison, Labette County's first team foul of the quarter. Here comes Indy. 2 point guards play and catch. That's Bashir and Maddox. They get it across. Etchison three-point shot, right wing, brick. Rebound Jones, jump ball called in, and it'll stay with the team in white. That is the Independence Bulldogs.
As Landry almost got that block attempt on Etchison there, but just barely didn't get there in time.
Ball goes in for Independence. Etchison low right block. Independence moving left to right from our point of view. Foul is called, a reach in on the Grizzlies. Etchison trying to drive the ball a little bit. Independence has only gotten a couple post shots up so far. Aubrey Boss will check in for Addison Rexwinkle. 6:11 to go in the first quarter. That's 2 personal fouls on Addison Rexwinkle. 2-0's Lady Grizzlies lead.
You probably won't be seeing her in this game for a little bit now with picking up her second foul there.
3-point shot for Maddox, rims out. Rebound Landry basketball. Entry pass and a nice open to the second quarter, except the bunny was missed by Spencer. She was wide open 4 feet from the basket off the punch from Maddox and missed the turnaround. However, it will stay with Independence off the tip out. They go right into Lemus. Turns, shoots, misses. They've had a lot of misses inside the paint.
It was a good look by Lemus there, just couldn't get it to fall from her, just like her last shot she had a little bit earlier.
Nevaeh collects in front of the Indy bench. Not a lot of numbers for Independence. It doesn't look like Tion Johnson is going to give it a go tonight. She might in the second half. Their outstanding center presence in the paint is on the bench with an injured ankle. They only have one other player on the bench with a shooting shirt off. As we have a foul on Independence, as Coach Vollmer's already played 9 girls, and Coach Bird is limited to 6 right now.
Vollmer definitely just using her depth in her bench. Does come into play for Labette County and is a really great thing that we do have this year.
Allie Martin catches it in the very high post. They go inside. Martin doing the best she can to penetrate, and it's kicked out by Etchison. Oh, she saves it. What a save. It goes to Veely, and then a travel's called on Spencer.
I guess ball does not lie. As I think Landry was screaming for it to be out of bounds, but I don't think the ref saw her quite go out, so he did call it a live ball still.
Near the end of the first quarter in Fort Scott, Lady Tigers lead the Lady Vikes 12-5. That first quarter nearing an end. Here's Nevaeh Jones with a scoop shot on the reverse and misses it. Didn't hit the rim, but hit the backboard. Up ahead, dribbling firmly is Lemus. Landry bites on Etchison's pump fake, forces her to miss a floater. Ball is tipped about. Allie Martin comes in, collects the jump ball, and that's Labette County's possession. That is something that I don't know if Coach Vollmer preaches it or they practice it, but they just grab any ball if you're not moving.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's just a instinct that these girls come away with, and it's a really good one.
Nevaeh Jones, left wing, defended but given a little room by Maddox. Top of the key, O'Brien. Moving left to right around the horn. Veely on O'Brien, our senior point guard. Dribbles into the heart of Veely, forced to kick it off to Aubrey Boss. A poor turnover there by Kinsley, rather, and a double dribbles called on Independence. Another turnover for the Lady Bulldogs.
As Libby Poole and Aubrey Boss will check in the game for her sister and Allie Martin. Every time Independence has gotten a steal or changes our momentum, they get a travel or a double dribble or some type of turnover, and it's really killing the ball game.
As I haven't written down a score for a long time in my notebook, as Caton O'Brien looks to break that ice and can't do it, misses the floater. Rebounded backside by Lemus. Landry still swiping at the ball handler, Maddox, harassing her mightily. 5:45 to go in the half. 9-4 Lady Grizzlies.
Just a slow start for both teams on this second quarter. Hoping to see something happen a little bit more from this Indy offense, or even our own offense as well.
As Independence loses it out of bounds. Turnover, Brooklyn Maddox. As this is one of those games where you do credit Independence's defense. But Labette County, if they could take advantage of half the opportunities they've been given, they'd be up 17-4 right now.
Oh, yeah. This lead would be a lot bigger. This Kate will drive. Wow. This Kate will get a Euro step, drive to the rim, and make her layup. Are they calling that on the ground?
They're calling it on the floor.
What?
It looked like she picked it up and was ready to fire. That should have been an and one, but
I think that's twice now that they've missed a call like that, with Landry's layup earlier in the game and then that one as well.
Ball is tossed in to Aubrey Boss. Inside they go to Landry. Reverse layup is missed, and a foul on Landry trying to get her own miss. Shakes her head as she walks back this way to set up some full court defense. That's 2 on Landry.
I think she will check out.
Yeah, she will most likely come out. Yeah. Allie Martin comes in for her. That's the first team foul, though, for Labette County in this quarter. Independence with 2.
We want to see her in the game for a little bit as well, just like we haven't seen Addison come back in this game either.
5-minute mark, second quarter has been approached. Etchison trying to score for her team off the glass, misses it. Rebounded by Aubrey Boss. Caton up ahead across the black half-court stripe. Goes across the scores table, now switches hands right to left. Here's a nice cut by Nevaeh, shoots a fader and is fouled going up. 2 free throws for Nevaeh.
Really good cut by Nevaeh right there, as he does get the pass right to her and then goes up for it. So happy the refs called that a foul as Nevaeh will miss her first free throw.
She will get one more. Nevaeh with 4 points already. Misses the second as well. Free throws have quietly been a problem in stretches for both our Grizzly teams.
Yeah.
They'll have stretches where they go 6 for 8 and stretches where they go 1 for 8. Name of the game, three-point shot is drilled. And while it feels like Labette County's dominated this game, they haven't scored, and it's just a 2-point game. Maddox with the three-point shot.
No, this game should be a lot bigger of a lead for Labette County Grizzlies right now, but they just haven't scored anything on offense right now, and that's really hurting us in these final 4 moments of the first 4 moments of the second quarter.
Hitting the deck for the Pumpkin was Aubrey Boss, and she tried to find Allie Martin in the corner, and it was poked out by Indy. Labette County fortunate to maintain possession of the rock. 9-7 Lady Grizzlies.
As Reagan Roberts did check in for Nevaeh right before there was a Coach Ballmer timeout.
We will keep it here. It's just a 30-second break. Thank our sponsors for allowing our broadcast to be heard. Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris, and Labette Center for Mental Health Services. We'll get to the back quarter of our sponsors during the next dead ball, but Ian, it's 9-7 Lady Grizzlies, and Brooklyn Maddox with 4 minutes to go, halfway mark, second quarter, just hit the first field goal for either team.
Yeah, it's been a long time before anybody has scored in the second quarter, as they finally do get on the board halfway through the second quarter. So I think this will be a very low-scoring affair game and might come down to the last shot as well, just like we saw in that Mulvane game.
Spoke with, as I mentioned, our friend Casey, voice of the Bulldogs, and we were talking about the boys' game, but the girls' game is turning into a low-scoring game. We thought maybe the men's game might be low-scoring, but this one is proving to be just that. Foul away from the ball on Independence. That is actually their 4th team foul of the second quarter with 3:48 to go in the second. So Labette County could find themselves at the free throw stripe if they push for it. Kate O'Brien to inbound. That's 2 personal fouls on Maddox. Ball's flipped in. Martin leaves the ground to catch at free throw line. Drives hard on her defender. Tries to shoot, and an early jump ball is called unless they get a foul.
Foul.
As they'll probably just resort to a jump, as we have a jump ball on 40% of possessions this year, it feels like, as Coach Vollmer is either pleading for a foul or that Martin was going to rip it away, and she was.
Yeah, she's not very happy with that call there. She wanted a foul.
We do appreciate all officials across the state, across the nation. Seems like an area where jobs are getting harder to fill for officiating crews, so we're thankful for anybody willing to do it, learn it, and be really good at it. And we have a lot of good officials night in and night out. 3:15 first half, Labette County lead just 2. Maddox pass, tip, stolen. Out in front, running, O'Brien, jump stop, pump fake, off the glass, yes. 11-7 Lady Grizzlies.
Really, really good defensive and offensive drive right there by Caden. She just anticipates the pass and just comes away with it and then scores on the opposite side. And
Bashir shoots a 3 in the corner in front of Labette's bench, hits the rim, goes over the backboard. That'll be out of bounds. And Labette County will inbound 90 feet from the basket. Labette County's defense hasn't let up, so if they can close out the next 2:45 without giving up maybe just but 1 field goal, and they score, Ian, they're up by so much more. Here's a set play for Caton. I was going to get you in there, but I thought Caton was
player that they had was Etchison, and I haven't really seen her play like she did against us in that sub-state
I know it.
championship game. So I know she can definitely shoot the ball and score for them, but maybe it's our defense that's just been getting to her a little bit too much, and so I'm happy to see that. But I am scared to see if she does come out the second half a lot better.
Kinsley Boss drives firmly, shoots, scores, plus the foul.
Wow.
Kinsley Boss with a beast of a drive. You could see it in her face as we're only about 15 feet away from that basket, and she looked mad. Kind of lowered her shoulder just a touch, dribbled firmly, went up strong and scored. Free throws up, missed. Rebound Landry, she'll shoot, she'll score.
Wow.
A 4-point trip down the floor for Labette County.
Definitely one way to start this second half off, as we do, like I said, come out a lot better second half.
20-7 in the blink of an eye. Etchison harassed again. Corner they go. Maddox, bounce pass inside, tipped out of bounds by Nevaeh. Will stay with the home team.
Really, really great start to this second half already. I'm excited to see where this leads us.
Just 30 seconds have come off the clock.
Oh.
Here's a strip and a foul called by the official at half court, and he'll turn and signal the personal. That's number 3 on Addison Rexwinkle.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that was on her.
She turns and looks at Coach Vollmer, who nods her head and does not send a sub to the scores table. As the first free throw's up and no good from Caitlin Spencer. She didn't start the game, but she's starting the second half. She did have 2 points, their first bucket of the game, in fact. Second free throw for Spencer, holds it high near her chin, lets it fire, misses strong, rebound Landry. Independence just struggling to rip the cords.
Yeah.
Caton drives hard, kicks it to Rexwinkle in the corner, passes up on the 3. Kinsley turns to face. Landry wants a dagger tray, misses it. Rebound goes long, right back to Landry. That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, just got really lucky with it bouncing off the backboard and right to her.
Nevaeh.
Nobody boxed her out.
Set play, three-pointer splash. 23-7, Lady Grizzlies, 7 early points in the third quarter.
Well, this is definitely a way to start out a second half.
Up the floor, Independence trying to respond. Lemus near the logo. Maddox rotating it, corner in front of her head coach. Now farther near the empty seats of the bench. This is a thin Bulldog team. Etchison dribbles near the half-court line now. Going to be defended by Landry. She'll kick. Maddox backs down Landry. The double team comes. Etchison again. Step back 3, pulled down, belt high. She'll continue her dribble, and that's a carry. The ref didn't call it. Landry rips it away, so I don't care. Landry, right-hand scoop shot, good. Wonder if Indy will call a timeout soon. 25-7, Labette on a 9-0 run, a 15-0 run over the last quarter and a half.
Yeah, and he's just kind of playing too fast for themselves and just letting them play our game here.
Here's a drive for Indy. Spencer with an uncontested shot off the glass. Missed. Rebound Kinsley Boss. Labette looking for blood. Caton O'Brien keeps her dribble alive. Rides the sideline. Gets to the paint. Cross the paint past Nevaeh. Off the glass. No. Rebounded by Independence, and here they come with numbers. Now it's a 3-on-3. Spencer, that's Etchison, spins high off the glass and gets it to fall. What a circus shot. That was a nice one from Cam Etchison.
Amazing shot right there by Edgerton as Kate will come down the court with the basketball and pass it to the corner.
25-9 Labette County. 5:15 third quarter. That ends a 9-0 run for Labette County. Etchison's layup. Nevaeh drives, gets by her defender, off the glass, bucket plus the foul.
Wow.
Nevaeh Jones with authority, gets by Bashir and kisses it in, +1.
I don't know why, but I feel like every time we play Indy, we always play a lot better than we usually do. Like, not saying that we're bad, but every time we come to Indy, we play great.
There have been a lot of good memories made here inside this gymnasium. One was, we just came up short last year, and the missed free throw by Jones is rebounded by Kinsley Boss. She'll miss, and Spencer collects the rebound there, and Independence struggling again to get across half court. Maddox goes behind the back on O'Brien. Nice move from Brooklyn. Here's Etchison. tries to swerve around O'Brien. Spins,
wow.
shoots, misses. Rebound goes to Boss. Now it's on the deck, picked up, and the layup is put in from Kalia Lemus.
Right there, I feel like you just kind of have some diving bodies on the ground, kind of trying to get away with that ball.
27-11. Good guys in front. 16-point lead, Lady Grizzlies. 4:20 third quarter. Etchison gambles on a pass and fouls Landry O'Brien.
Just trying to be aggressive there on defense and just kind of hits Landry's arm and gets a foul call on her, as Nevaeh Jones will check out and Allie Martin will come in for her.
Landry will throw it in. Caton has it. The play call is in. Martin at the elbow. Throws it back to Caton. As they run the play, inside to Allie, on Veely, much smaller. Martin flips it up and misses. What a rebound by Boss. Misses the bunny, but it was a contested one, and Kinsley will hustle back to play some defense. Ball in the corner, three-point shot is buried by Brooklyn Maddox. Independence trying to claw back in this game.
Maddox has kind of been the reason Indy's been in this game, as Allie Martin will get a pass from the corner three and just lay it up in there, as making it a 15-point lead, Labette.
That's Allie's 4th point of the game. Really well-rounded scoring for Labette County, and Caton gambles just a little bit too much for the refs' liking on that ball. And that's a foul on Caton. That will be the team's 2nd of the quarter and her 1st individually.
As Addison Rexwinkle with 3 fouls will check back into the game. It's kind of a surprising thing to see there, as we've been playing good even without her in. Just no reason to really cause her to try to get another foul, but Addison does bring a lot to this offense, as I think that will be her 4th foul now. Oh, that's on Caton, never mind.
It was O'Brien and Rexwinkle in a trap, and Addison kind of froze in a little bit of fear, thinking she picked up her 4th personal, but that does go on Caton, her 2nd, team's 3rd, matching Independence's foul total of the quarter. 3:20 to go in it. Etchison, with her back to her defenders, finds Veely, talented freshman. Now Etchison in the corner. Wants to shoot a 3 but has to pull it down. Throws the pass off O'Brien's leg, and Landry swipes at the ball. It's successful, but Maddox maintains. Maddox drives, extra pass. Long 2-pointer, too strong, airballed, and it's ripped down by Spencer, who finds Veely. Etchison open, pulls the 3-point shot down. Landry flirting with another foul, doesn't get a whistle in, fortunately. Etchison looks to drive, short corner floater, bricks, tipped about. Independence has another board, getting sloppy as Labette County's rebounding.
Yeah.
Big 3-point shot for Maddox, in and out, tipped about. Landry's got it. I don't know if she feels the defender behind her, and it's tipped about. Landry on the deck, fighting for it are 3 girls, now 4 as Martin joins the party, and a jump ball's called. That's Independence possession.
As Reagan Roberts, Nevaeh Jones will check in, and Addison and Aubrey will go take a sit down on the bench.
Timeout, Independence. 2 timeouts Coach Bird still has in his pocket. Coach Vollmer still has 4. 29-14, Lady Grizzlies came out firing in this half, but the Bulldogs trying to make it interesting. Back in 1 minute, this is Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Independence inbounds, and Labette County applies immediate pressure upon collection of the ball by Maddox. Now it's forwarded to Lemus, who throws it back to Maddox. Labette County's been in kind of an extended 2-3 zone that traps if the ball gets in a certain location.
Yeah.
It's in the hands of Veely, the freshman, who flips it right back to the sophomore Maddox. A few underclassmen on the court for Independence. They punch a hole in the zone to Lemus. Backside pass intercepted by Martin, and a foul going the other direction on Independence. That's their 5th team foul of the quarter, and it should be 2 free throws for Labette County at this end, unless he put that team foul up there right away, and it looks like the guy at the scores table must have. Yeah. So that's just the 4th team foul, but that's the 2nd on Spencer, as this is the 5th team foul on Independence.
Nah, we should be shooting. Right?
Yes.
Nope. This guy's saying too. He knows.
Yeah, he does know. He's well aware.
The new rule, man. It's just, it's a game breaker. Miss Caden will go to the line and shoot 2 and drain her first free throw.
From Fort Scott, the Lady Tigers lead the Lady Vikings of Parsons 37-14. I can't see the time there, but it looks like it's the 3rd quarter.
As
somewhere
Caden will
in
miss
there.
Her second free throw. Sorry, Jack.
That's all right.
As the ball does go out off of Labette County, and Indy will inbounds it.
Maddox has been the drawer of the shortest straw, as she's mainly been the one to dribble into the jaws of Labette County's press. Reagan Roberts in the game for the Grizzlies. She hits the deck, and a foul is called quickly on Reagan. That's her first personal and the team's 4th. So one more, and Independence will be flipping some free throws. A couple Grizzlies check in for Labette County. Addison Rexwinkle and Kinsley Boss get Allie Martin and Katen O'Brien. Set to toss it in, and doing so is Maddox, collecting it back. Step back three-pointer right wing, too strong. Good box out by Nevaeh. And here come the streaking Grizzlies down the court, pushing hard. Rexwinkle picks up her dribble. Nevaeh on the run 3. Bingo! Nevaeh Jones knocks it down. 33-14. Nevaeh having a night.
Yeah, Nevaeh has ice in her veins right now. It just doesn't seem like she can miss the ball from outside, as Labette County's defense is just causing so many troubles for this Independence offense right now, as Libby Poole will check in for Reagan Roberts.
Reagan, who just tipped it out of bounds, causing the dead ball situation. That's a big 3 by Nevaeh, her 2nd of the quarter. She has 8 in this quarter alone and a dozen on the night. 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 33-14, Grizzlies lead. Conference opener, it would be a big one. You go to Parsons on Friday night. Ball handler Etchison. Still have a quarter to play in this one. Landry hits the deck after swiping at the ball, and a foul is called on Labette County, and that'll be 2 free throws for Independence this time.
Yeah, our defense just staying aggressive. That's the only big factor to take away, is that when being aggressive, you do get quite a few fouls called on you. As Etchison will make her first free throw of the night. Or, no, that wasn't of the night. I don't think so.
It is her first free throw of the night.
Oh,
this is
mistake.
This is Independence's 2nd trip to the line. Spencer, at least that I have down, Spencer shot some earlier. Etchison misses both of them. Hits one of them. 33-15 the score. 3-point shot this time. No good, but Nevaeh fights, goes up, and is fouled, and Coach Vollmer loves every ounce of that effort from Nevaeh Jones.
Really good job by Nevaeh by crashing the boards there, getting the offensive rebound, and just kind of throwing something up to get that foul and get to the line.
She bends at the knees, fires, and hits nothing but the net. Nevaeh Jones with 13 points, 9 in the 3rd quarter.
Wow.
Having a ball game.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely feeling it tonight, as she does miss her 2nd free throw.
Labette County might get another rebound off the miss, and they force a jump ball, and they will get possession. Labette County's rebounding has been spectacular.
Oh, yeah, definitely a big game changer for tonight, as if Indy can't come away with the rebounds, we're just going to keep scoring that ball and causing them to go down by even more.
Addison to inbound, just about 8 yards to my right. She throws it in to Boss. Clock runs, 20 seconds. Labette up 19. Rexwinkle catches it. She's the one who threw it in. Her pass is tipped, stolen. Veely running, picks it up, tries to find a player, finds Etchison. She'll cross over. 7 seconds. Extra pass. Maddox for 3. Got it. 3 seconds to go in the quarter, and Maddox hits it. Labette County Poole tries to get off a half-court heave. Decent attempt, but came up short. Maddox with 3 threes on the game and 9 points total. 34-18, Lady Grizzlies in front at the end of 3, back in 1 minute. This is Lady Grizzly basketball.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Labette County's 16-point fourth quarter lead, going into the fourth quarter that is, was built upon the back of an 18-point third quarter where Nevaeh Jones had 9 of those 18 points. Fourth quarter is underway. Maddox has kept their hopes at all alive by hitting 3 threes in the game. Here's a strip and a steal. Nevaeh Jones didn't feel the defender behind her. That happened to Labette County 2 times in the last few possessions, and here comes Indy the other way.
Just being very quick with the ball, and just nobody from our team talking to her, as she did start hearing it at the last second, but then they finally swiped at the ball and took it away from Nevaeh.
Veely hoisted above her head, passes and cuts away from the ball. Labette County still playing a unique defensive approach as they're really making sure Etchison can't get going. As she hasn't hurt us, she only has 5. Maddox with the basketball, backing down Kinsley Boss. Bounce pass Spencer, floater, rims off. Rebound, fought for, Labette's got it. Good effort by Kinsley. 1 minute into the fourth quarter, Caton O'Brien comes up. Here's a nice cut. Kinsley adjusts, fires off the glass, hits it. Labette County with a beautiful, poetic offensive possession.
Good pass inside, good finish, even better finish from Kinsley Boss there. Keep coming off that cut.
Veely head fakes on O'Brien, pulls up from 10, misses. Spencer has the brick rebound. Maddox for her 4th 3, strong. Spencer almost had another, but Nevaeh is there. Picks up her dribble, forwards a pass ahead to Libby Poole. Now to Caton right wing on Etchison. Those are 2 good point guards. Jones wants another 3, top of the key. Didn't hit anything but the bottom of the backboard to the right. Tough shot for Nevaeh, who's played really well. Etchison tries to kind of cradle a layup that misses. Spencer misses as well, and then a foul on the floor is called, presumably on Labette County, and I think it's going to go on Libby Poole. That's her 2nd and the team's 1st of the quarter.
That's some new. Grizzlies will check in with Landry O'Brien and Aubrey Boss, as Kinsley Boss and Libby will go take a seat.
Maddox throws the ball into play, clock runs. 6 minutes left in the game, another foul on Labette. Their 2nd team foul of the quarter, back to back.
Just a little slow start from LeBay here, trying to get things started, get up some momentum going, get some heat under them shoes, and start going up and down the court as Addison will come away with the rebound and pass it down to Caton.
It was Spencer on the missed jumper. Landry O'Brien collects it on the left wing. Passes up on a cutting Jones, leaving Rexwinkle open for three. Right wing, ball is coming right at us.
Good save,
People
Lucas.
on our YouTube live stream got a close-up glimpse of the Spalding basketball. Maybe they could see some sweat and fingerprints on it. That went right at our iPad.
Yeah, I was going to hit it. Good thing the best in the business, Lucas Hayward's here to protect it.
I think Coach Price should put him at corner next year. That was a heck of a deflection. As here's a nice fading floater by Etchison, who scores it. That's 7 points for Etchison, creeping her way to a double-digit night quietly. Landry drives, floats, and scores.
Good finish right there by Landry.
38-20. Labette County leads it. Etchison nearly carries the ball but finds Maddox, and a timeout's called by Coach Bird. The Independence Bulldogs have had a long night. Not a very deep team. Only have played, I believe, 6 players tonight with an injured Johnson on the inside coming into the game. It will be a full timeout. We'll take 1 minute. Lady Grizzlies rolling.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Lady Grizzlies threatening to improve this season to 4-1. Will have won 3 in a row should they close out this one with 4:50 to go. Here's a stray pass out of bounds for Independence as the turnovers continue to pile up, but the argument can easily be made that Labette County has forced probably 80-90% of those turnovers.
Yeah, our defense stays scary, stays hot, causes every team we've come against a lot of problems as Landry will go up for a little layup and miss it.
Independence streaks the other way. Etchison spins on Landry, tries to cradle, shoot, miss, tries to fight for her own board and hooks it in with her right palm and retreats, tries to slow down. She's got to be gassed. She's been everywhere, and Labette County seems like they could go 5 more rounds against Balboa.
Yeah, definitely a dogfight for Independence here as we're just coming away with turnovers that they've been causing to just give us the ball, and then we're scoring every time we have it.
4-minute mark has been surpassed. Labette's lead is still 18. Etchison knocks down a 3 and gets to 10 points, and just like that leads her team in the way of scoring with 10. Here's a dribble handoff to Landry, right side. Entry pass for Roberts, and it's intercepted by Independence. Maddox with it, nearly stepped out of bounds just a few feet in front of me as Vealy couldn't feel the pass coming, turned around just in time, and a body bump foul called on Katon O'Brien.
As Coach Balmer wanted to travel there from Edgerton, and the refs just missed it. I mean, she did travel, but unlucky for us as some new Grizzlies will check in with Nevaeh Jones, Allie Martin, and Kaden O'Brien, and Aubrey Boss will go take a seat.
3:30 to go in the contest. Bashir, haven't said her name a ton. She has yet to score the basketball here this evening, playing point guard. as she's got to be pretty tired too. Maddox, Etchison, and Bashir have had to deal with that Labette County perimeter pressure all evening. Here's a dump down in traffic, stolen. Roberts on the pressure, Martin with the backside steal. Labette County might slow the pace a little bit. Coach Vollmer calls in 3-game. We'll see what it holds for our Grizzlies on offense. Roberts, usually good for a three-pointer a game as she's hit one in the last couple contests. Here's a nice dump down for Landry with position, scores. Beautiful play drawn up by Picasso. I mean Coach Vollmer over there. Great offensive set, 40-23, Lady Grizzlies rolling. Timeout Labette. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Kraus in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Ian, the action has been pretty non-stop, so I'll get you in here as Independence tries to bring it up the court on a Labette County press that is still on. Labette hasn't given up the lead at all, let alone has Independence gotten close.
No, definitely not anywhere close to this Labette County lead, as I don't know who shot that, but she will miss it. But Labette County just coming away with all these turnovers, and our defense just stays on top. I mean, you can't get past our press, and our 2-3 has been causing a lot of problems for this Independence offense, and we're just getting that ball and scoring. And Nevaeh Jones and Landry and Kaden and the Boss Twins have all been contributing to this lead that we are having right now. And even if Johnson, you say, she may have made a little bit of a difference, but the way I've been watching this, I don't think she would have made that much of a difference.
Labette County with another steal in the interior. 2:08 left in the game. Labette County leads 40-23. They've played fast, they've played strong, they've scored and played defense. It has been a fun one to watch. Nevaeh Jones wants another three, goes down and out. Addison with another board. Martin fighting, Martin collecting, finds Rexwinkle, backside O'Brien. She'll score, but a whistle, and Coach Vollmer called the timeout. They were about to execute the best 10 seconds of basketball I've seen all year, and Coach Vollmer even kind of grimaced when she called the timeout.
Yeah, right after that she said, "My bad, guys."
She couldn't see, as everybody's back was to Vollmer, so she couldn't see the incredible fighting that Rexwinkle and Martin were doing underneath. And that's another thing, rebounding. Terrific. Especially offensive rebounding.
Yeah, a lot better this game than we have seen in previous games that we have struggled a little bit to get offensive or just rebounds in general, because we haven't been boxing out, but obviously in practice they've been working on that a lot better, and it seems to prove here in this game. As I mean, there was 4 people on alley right there. I do not know how she came away with that ball and get it to Addison and then pass it to Landry, but unlucky for us, Vollmer will call that timeout, but I still think even with that timeout, we'll still find a way to score the ball here.
Yeah, shouldn't get too upset with the timeout. Labette County is up by 17 with 1:50 left. It's just been one of those nights that's been fun. I mean, goodness. You know, it sometimes has felt like in the past, I guess I should say these games have been more so of a rarity, you know, against Independence. Yeah. And so it's been a while since we've had fun against Independence, particularly in this gym. Ball is tossed in to Aubrey Boss, defended tightly. Rexwinkle in the corner. Labette County will move to 4-1 on the year and win 3 straight. Landry wants to put a cherry on the icing, or cherry on the icing. Wow, it's usually icing on the cake. I know, double-decker toppings, I guess, for Labette County.
Cherry on the whipped cream or something like that, you know.
Yeah. She does miss, and Independence leaks out and gets fouled. It'll be 2 free throws for Independence. That's the 5th team foul for Labette County. cherry on top. That's what I was searching for.
Something along the lines of that. You know, this is definitely a good sign to see for Labette County as Etchison will make her first free throw, as Keaton O'Brien will check in for Landry O'Brien. So the sisters will switch out for each other, and we'll see some action from Keaton as she enters the game. But yeah, as I was saying, this is definitely a relaxing game for Labette County. You know, in the past we've struggled against Independence, so coming here and beating them on the road is definitely a good sign to see, as Etchison will make her first free throw, or her second free throw, my bad.
40-25 the score. Minute 17 left. Nevaeh Jones harassed. Independence not giving up. Allie Martin away from the basket beyond the three-point line. Jump stops, tries to shed Etchison, and finds Keaton O'Brien, who just checked in seconds ago. 60 seconds left in the game. Labette County, after this one, will move their sights to the Lady Vikes of Parsons, who we play on Friday night. Right now, as we speak, as we have a turnover, Labette County. Fort Scott leads Parsons in the girls' game in Fort Scott, 53-29. So Parsons, assuming Fort Scott can close that one out, will be playing Labette County after a tough one. So they're going to be wanting to get their feet back under them. A good team Coach Scheibe has. A three-point shot is knocked down by Brooklyn Maddox. She has 4 3-pointers on the game and 12 points total. As this might be another one, Ian, kind of like Circle, where the score looks closer than it was, as it's 40-28. Independence only down 12. That feels kind of weird as a foul away from the basket.
Feels like we're up by like 30 right now just because of how good we've been playing. But Maddox is just making every shot she throws up at the three-point line and just making them, as she does have 12 points just from three-pointers.
Ball goes in. Independence still scrappy. Fouling away from the basket, poking it free. Keaton O'Brien collects it. She's double-teamed and then is fouled on the jersey. It was grabbed by, I believe, Maddox. They do get Brooklyn on the foul, her second personal. And the team second. Landry checks in for Libby Poole, who played well tonight, had a couple nice defensive rebounds and good transition passes up the floor. Addison to throw it in, hits Keaton on the streak, has an edge, looks to drive, now retreats to burn clock.
Yeah.
And Independence should potentially just let Labette dribble out the clock, but they won't. A foul called on Maddox again.
Yeah, this Friday against Parsons is going to be definitely a great game, especially Parsons coming off their loss today, assuming that they'll lose to Fort Scott. They'll definitely be looking for redemption against us, and not just that, but it's our rivalry, so, it'll be a great game either way. So, Parsons versus us, always a great game in the past, and it's always a great game whenever we play each other, so it'll be a dogfight through and through.
It will, and it wasn't much of a dogfight this evening. The Lady Grizzlies moved to 4-1 on the season, 3 straight wins for Coach Vollmer and her squad, and they are 1-0 in SEK play. Long ways to go, but they have to be happy with where they're at this moment in time on December 12th. 40-28, Lady Grizzlies looked fantastic here this evening. I am sure we will hear from Coach Vollmer. Stay tuned for that as part of the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. That was a fun one, but still another one on tap as the men's game will be underway in T-minus 15 minutes. But for now, a 2-minute break. Back with the girls post-game here on KLKC Parsons. warm-ups, but for now we're going to continue to chat about Coach Vollmer and her squad's 40-28 win over Independence to start league play 1-0, and it's way too early to be saying that as much as I am, but still, it's been a while since we've beaten Independence. I don't know how long, especially here on the road, but it has to be such a sweet and savory taste for that locker room tonight, Ian.
Oh, 1,000%. Definitely a good taste in their mouths after beating Independence for first time, or not first time, but like it's been a while since we've beaten them, that's for sure. Definitely on the road, like you said, but coming off that circle tournament, definitely riding that wave of momentum into this game and just staying hot on defense, especially on defense, causing so many problems there. Like, I mean, I think our girls have probably got to be one of the best defenses in SEK, I would say, even maybe Kansas even then, but that might be pushing it. But our defense is just great with Landry O'Brien and Kaiten O'Brien up at the top, and then you got Nevaeh, then the Boss twins down there as well. I mean, we got height, we got length, we got quickness, quick hands everywhere, and they just look amazing.
I know Coach Vollmer, and you know, she'll see things that we didn't, but I'm sure she has things she wasn't pleased with as well. It was a very, very well-rounded game for Labette County, and you don't see a lot of holes in their team. You could argue maybe, you know, you'd like to have maybe somebody 3 inches taller, but what team wouldn't? There's not a lot of holes in this Grizzly team. The way that they play makes up for potentially their lack of height, and heck, it's not even that much. You know, you look, man, you know, we had Anna Dean for 4 years. She's 6 foot something, but the height isn't, you know, that far off. Allie Martin down there for Labette County, and the Boss twins as well. The way they play makes up for maybe the inches that they give up over an opponent occasionally, but it's so fun to watch them compete, and the defense provides such a nice baseline for this team, because defense is something you can control, Ian. You can't always control if shots fall or the pass is there maybe, but on defense you can control that, and it is a good baseline for a team to start with, and they are just excelling on the defensive end of the floor as they move on to Parsons on Friday, who struggled tonight against Fort Scott. They trail 54-29 against Fort Scott on the road with 14 seconds left in that one. So they're going to be taking on a probably quite angry Coach Scheibe squad on Friday. Individual scoring totals for you this evening. Nevaeh Jones with 13, Landry O'Brien with 11, Kaiten O'Brien with 7, Allie Martin and Kinsley Boss with 4, and Aubrey Boss chips in with 1. For Independence, Maddox hit 4 threes and nothing else, so she finished with 12. Lemus had 2, and Etchison, who just had 2 points in the first half, ended up with 12 as well, and Spencer off the bench just had a couple. So 2 players punch you for a dozen, but Labette County, it was their game from the jump, held Independence to just 7 points in the first half, Ian, and set the tone. Yeah, the first quarter came out really slow. Both teams looked really slow. We definitely thought this was going to be just a low-scoring ball game, and it kind of really wasn't for at least Labette County here, as they did score 40. But second half came around. It was still a slow start, or second quarter, my bad. It was still a slow start, but in the last 40 seconds, we started seeing the Labette County Grizzlies girls we've seen in the past couple of games, and then they took that little bit of minute greatness they had there, and then they kind of took it in the second half and just rode with that, and that put them in this victory. So looking to see more of that in this upcoming road games against Parsons and Chanute. It will be fun. Hopefully our Lady Grizzlies can continue this 3-game win streak into Christmas break so they can enjoy those holiday festivities with family, friends across the board with a 5-game win streak. But, you know, hey, we're going to take it 1 game at a time, because I know that's what that locker room is going to do. 10 minutes until the boys' game is underway. Coach Brad Smith, longtime Grizzly, great friend of ours in Altamont, and Coach Argerbright of our Grizzlies, talking to the lead official over there, getting the potentially some words on how the game might be called. 2 great coaches over there. Argerbright coached under Coach Smith for a brief point in time and learned a little bit under the longtime head coach and Coach Smith. So 2 good teams and coaches clashing here in 10 minutes for the boys game. I know Coach Vollmer will join us whenever she gets done celebrating in that locker room. For now, we will take another 2-minute break and come back with boys pregame on KLKC Parsons. Broadcasting live from Independence, Kansas. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Tank Connection pregame show of Grizzly basketball. 7 minutes until tip-off of the boys' SEK conference opener. It's our men's team turn, Ian, to get out to a 1-0 start in conference play.
Yep.
As Coach Vollmer does approach us here in just a moment, we'll chat with her and then we'll jump into the boys' game. If I would have taken a 30-second longer break, that would have worked out perfectly, but hey, that's all right. That's how it goes in the business, as we'll get her squeezed in here in the kind of an awkward setup, as we've alluded to a couple times here in Independence, but we're happy to be joined by Coach Vollmer. Coach, I don't really know where to begin. That was refreshing, both, yes, to beat Independence. You talked about that on Saturday in our post-game talk, but that performance was, it felt full circle. It felt good on both ends of the floor. I'm sure you have things that you thought were ugly and want to fix, and that's how it should be. But what are your opening thoughts to that one?
A win's a win. We're going to take it and we're going to run with it. We talked a lot about, Indy's gotten our number in a lot of sports, and we're done with it. We're tired of it. And you got to go win tough games, and this was a tough game. And my preseason interview for the paper, we talked about our league and how not one single game that we play this year is going to be a gimme game ever. And this was definitely not going to be that. I think Indy had some adversity. They had a couple kids sick and not there tonight, but we don't care. A win's a win, and we took it. We knew what they were capable of and the offensive threat that they bring to the table. And, it was just a dogfight in the first half, and then we made some adjustments and broke some things open. And my only complaint would be the fourth quarter. We talked in the time in between quarters about they're going to keep coming. They're not going to stop. They're going to be relentless. They're going to take some risks, and they did that. And we answered back. I'm proud of my kids. It's not easy. Last year at this time we were 1-4, and now we're 4-1. So that's not an easy thing to do, and that's a testament to them and the work that they've put in and the growth that they made as a team. And we're going to take it and run with it and continue to work.
You had by my account, it was a 14 or 15-0 run that led from about halfway through the second quarter into the third quarter. Came out of the gates in the third quarter on a great, I think, 9-0 run. Just talk about maybe the end of the first half and the start of the third quarter, because that was a vital, pivotal moment in this game, because Indy was struggling to score, but so were we.
Yeah.
And then the lid kind of came off.
We just said, hey, I'm not going to draw up a magic play. You got to be a basketball player. And we talked about ways to make an entry into our offense and, getting past that first line of defense. And we did that. And then we tend to be a team that, if I'm going to be picky about us, we want to be offense first, and we can't be. We've got to be defense first. And, it started with our defense, I think. And, kids taking better shots and sharing the ball. And, we just talked about in the locker room, if I'm guarding the toughest kid on the floor, I'm probably not going to score as much. That's my job and that's my role that night. And we're starting to accept those roles and understand what we need and is what I need that night, and not be selfish. And, we had talks about that, we come off the circle tournament and all we got was pressure up in our face, and that just helped us in this game get prepared and come out with a win.
Everybody hustled, everybody fought. I've noticed one thing about your team, Coach. If the opponent stops for a half a second and doesn't move the ball, one of your girls is going to grab that sucker.
Yeah.
Is that something you tell them? I know some of these girls personally, and they have that mentality about them. They are so scrappy.
They are very scrappy. That's also something that is a double-edged sword. That was a complaint I had in the fourth quarter of us not being patient. There's a time and a place for it, and we love a good steal. We want to pick somebody's pocket, and we absolutely love that, but there's a time and a place. So, my kids played hard tonight, and they're going to continue to play hard. If that's anything that you can say at the end of a ball game, win or lose, you're going to be able to say they played hard.
Without question, a tone setter. So early, but definitely one that will set the tone for a big game on Friday night. We're excited for that rivalry, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It'll be a fun one.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming over, Coach.
Thank
Congrats.
You. Be safe.
As that will do it for our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. Thanks to Coach Vollmer coming over and chatting with us. 2.5 minutes until tip of the boys' game. We'll take a short 30-second break and come back with the guts of our Tank Connection pregame show of the boys' game. Jack Leake, Ian Harlow with you on the radio as well as on YouTube, which is being ran by Lucas Hayward. 90 seconds until I'm assuming the national anthem will take place, so we will probably just go ahead and step aside for a break when that anthem comes tonight rather than take a listen in. I understand it can be kind of hard to hear sometimes, but Grizzlies need a win, Ian. They need a win. Independence has struggled as well. Collegiate thumped these Independence Bulldogs, just like Wichita Collegiate thumped us. Grizzlies are 4-0, or I'm sorry, 0-4, and played better against Circle on Saturday night. They've just struggled to score the basketball, haven't scored over 40 points in a game this year.
Yeah, definitely in that Circle game, it was 36-31 going into that third quarter, or a little bit in that third quarter, and we just kind of let our guard down, and they just kept scoring on us, and it was a lot closer of a game than I think our own boys expected. So hopefully in this game we can kind of come off a redemption here and get a win.
Independence has struggled to score as well, so we shall see. A lot of questions coming into tonight for both these teams. National anthem taking place back in 2 minutes with starting lineups. Starting lineups being rattled off by the PA announcer before us. We will go ahead and jump in with starters for the home team, the Independence Bulldogs. At guard, a 6-foot-tall junior, number 1, McCoy Birdie. At guard, a 5'11 senior, number 2, Tucker Gregory. At guard, a 5'11 sophomore senior, Kellen Lanning. And at guard, a 6-foot-tall senior, number 15, Camden Julian. And another guard to round out the starting 5, a 5'9 junior, number 20, Jimmy Bunyard. Starting 5 for our Labette County Grizzlies, number 3, a 6'4 senior forward, Xavier Phillips, wearing number 3. Number 4, Kagan Bates, a 5'7 sophomore guard. Number 15, a 6'8 senior forward, Hudson Baker. Number 21, a 6'3 junior forward, Dylan Johnson. Number 24, a 6'1 sophomore guard, Barrett Heston. Ian, I'll bring you in. Hudson has been Labette County's main source of scoring, as they've yet to score over 40 points in a game. Yeah. And on Saturday night's game against Circle, Hudson hit 15 points. The game before that, he scored 20, and then 19 in the 2 before that. I need that to stay where it is, and I need somebody else to threaten to score 15. I'm not getting needy or anything, but Hudson should score that in a lot of games.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of a mutual understanding. He's worked on his game a lot, but somebody's going to have to start hitting shots.
Yeah, somebody definitely needs to come off the bench, or even just a starter needs to come up and score more points than they have been. Xavier Phillips, Dylan Johnson, Barrett, Kagan, those 4 other people other than Hudson need to step up in this game if they want to win it. Obviously, you got Hudson scoring your average around 18 points a game, so that's obviously big for us, but our crucial thing that we need in this game is more people step up for us, become bigger players on our offense, because we got a lot of talent there. We just gotta drag that talent onto the court and show it.
Head coach for Labette County, Bradley Argabright. Assistants, Davey Brown and Brian Tucker. Head coach for Independence, Brad Smith. Assistant coaches, Jim Blaze and David Nelson. Independence, home whites, black stripes, with a little bit of orange in there as well. Black numbers for the Bulldogs. Labette County in their road reds. They have been busy wearing the road reds, as they've been on the road for now 3 straight games and 2 more after tonight. Gold, white trim with gold outing around the white numbers as well. Hudson Baker toe-to-toe at center court on the Orange Bulldog. Ref tosses the ball in the air, and it is won by Hudson Baker. A lot better energy in the gym for this one than the start of the girls' game. It picked up towards the end, but the gym filling in slowly. Phillips in the corner to open the game. Heston fumbles the pass. It's stolen, but he gets it back. What an effort by Barrett. Pulls up from mid-range and misses. Baker rips his man to the ground, and that's a foul on, I think, Hudson, based off of Coach Smith's response, and it is.
I think Hudson just kind of going up for the rebound right there. Couldn't help but just try to go for that ball, and he just gets a foul called on him there.
As it goes on Dylan Johnson, must have been something we couldn't quite see, as assistant coach for Independence kind of looked like, what? You know, they probably want that on Hudson. Here's a steal full court for Indy, a lob, and a near slam for Phillips, but it went through his fingers. Bates gets the rebound somehow off the missed lob attempt. Indy steals it from Hudson. Here come the Bulldogs. Baker blocks it, but a foul's called on the trailing Baker. Shooting 2 will be J.D. Veely, actually getting the start for Independence tonight.
Yeah, wow. Hudson just kind of trailing behind him, going for that block, just kind of wraps his hand around the ball and then kind of got his hand on his head as well, causing them to get that foul.
First free throw for Veely is up and good. Kind of a weird start for both teams, kind of sloppy. They turn it over, then steal it back. Awkward flow to the game to open up the first 42 seconds. Second free throw rims out for Veely. Rebound Phillips. Labette County's been looking for production aside from Hudson. We'll see if they can get it tonight. Heston has played great, had a good circle tournament, hustles hard. Bates being swarmed by Gregory. Here's a steal again. Julian. He's a returner, a veteran. Nice pass, but the layup's missed by Birdie, and a foul going the other way on Indy.
Good possession right there by Indy. Just couldn't get that layup to fall for them there. Just a little too far under the basket, I think.
Heston, the inbounder, wearing a somewhat heavier setted knee brace on his left knee. Bates is trapped, takes one dribble way too high above his head and is forced to pick it up and finds Heston. Labette's ball control has been questionable in that circle tournament. Johnson, one of his favorite shots, pulls the three down in the corner though. Rotate to Bates, pounds, dribbles, fading floater, airballed in the hands of Camden Julian.
Yeah, just need better offensive possessions there and better shots taken as well.
Lanning misses a three-pointer but gets his own rebound. It was an ugly miss, so ugly he was able to track it down. They punch it in. Veely, left elbow. Heston on him. Julian from 12, rims out. Phillips, and another foul. There's 4 total fouls to start this first quarter, as that's going to be 2 on each team, and this one will go upon, as we wait, that will go on Birdie.
Yep. I think Indy did some film study on us and noticed that we aren't the greatest at inbounding focal presses. So good, smart play right there by Coach Smith on pressing us full court at the beginning of the games and try to get us, get them some turnovers and score offensive points off of that.
Another tough entry pass to Phillips is batted out of bounds by Phillips as it was just way too high. Another turnover for Labette County. Offensive rhythm has been 2 key words that have not been a part of a sentence when talking about this Grizzly offense, but you know that they'll get it figured out at some point.
Yeah. They definitely put all the puzzle pieces together and eventually start scoring.
Too much talent not to. These boys have played basketball for a long time. Man-to-man for Argerbright to open things up. Landing at the top of the key. Let's let this be the night where we figure things out.
Yeah.
Gregory with the ball, switches over on Bates. Bates fighting, hits the deck, but it stays in possession of Veely. Veely has the lone point that rides on the scoreboard on the east side of the gym. Lanning comes off a screen from Birdie, doesn't use it. Julian drives, he's got a nice build to him, misses the layup, rebound Johnson. Argerbright says go.
Yeah, he's just trying to push the pace right now, get the Indy defense rattled up as Barrett shoots a 3 from the outside and just breaks off the back of the rim, and Dylan will come away with the offensive rebound.
Pretty lazy box out by Indy, if I do say so myself, as Johnson just kind of walked to go get that ball that was right by a couple white jerseys. 4:40 first quarter, 1-0 Independence. Kind of like the girls' game. Heston breaking the ice for 3. Nice. Got it! Barrett Heston been playing well. 3-1 as he claps his hands and picks up the ball.
Yeah, Julian just playing off of him, doesn't think he can shoot the ball, and then Barrett makes him pay for that and drains it right in his face. As Dylan, I think, will draw a foul here.
That'll be 2 on Dylan Johnson. We'll see what Coach Argerbright elects to do as he's about 5-6 feet out on the floor, boxing out Barrett Heston, kind of playing a little bit of charades for his bench or whoever to see what it's like to box out. He's an animated fella, and it is fun to watch. Briggs Knight checks in, indeed, for Dylan Johnson.
Yeah. Looking to see some offensive play right here by Briggs when we do get the ball back, as Kagan will pick up his first foul of the game.
That's 14 fouls for Labette County with over 4:10 to go in the quarter, rather, as Argerbright looks at his guys and just says slow down and think. They are a little amped up right now. First road SEK game.
Yeah, I don't blame him, though.
Yeah. Julian pump fakes, tries to drive past Baker and can't make it happen. Bunyard with the basketball, turn and kick to Julian, who barely saves it from going out of bounds. 41 is the call from Coach Smith. We'll see what the set has to do for Independence's offensive pieces. They begin movement. Birdie with it. It's 4 out, 1 in. Julian open for 3, left wing. Strong rebound, Briggs Knight. That's
good box out.
Sorry, I stepped on you.
You're
there.
good.
That was a good box out. Here's a steal for Independence, and Julian is fouled going the other way.
Yeah, good box out by Briggs, and then just on the offensive side, just kind of getting lazy with the ball and getting it stolen away from us. And then aggressive foul there, just kind of mad that you get that ball taken away from you, so you try taking it back. But most of the time, those refs are going to call a foul whenever you try going for that.
As that is the 5th team foul, 2 free throws here for Independence. First one's put up and rims out. They are 1 for 3 from the line to open the first quarter. This is Lanning at the line. Second free throw for Lanning is good.
Although it is only 3-2, and we do have the lead right now as another Grizzlies turnover. That seems to be a reoccurring thing over the past several games. We just can't seem to get good possessions with the ball and just continue turning it over, and that's really been causing us to lose most of these games, to be honest, Jack.
Yeah, as whether they would have won some of those games in the Circle tournament or not, they might have been in a better position to win them late if you cut those turnovers in half even. But, we're moving on to greener pastures here in league play, hopefully. They do lead Independence by 1, though, with 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Indy without a field goal, but here's Birdie missing a three-pointer, and Bates almost loses it out of bounds and saves it, and is fouled hard in the body by Veely. Bates gets up, and he seems to be okay.
Bates definitely puts the back of those warm-up jerseys that we wear, when it says effort on the back of it. That's definitely what Kagan brings to this team. He has effort, whether they're winning or losing the ball game. He's always in there trying to do something better for the team, making them better.
As Heston missed a little floater, and Baker came in with a tip that missed as well, and Heston, thanks to his effort, or no, I guess it'll be Independence basketball. I thought they called it off of Independence on the Heston swat attempt, but it will be Independence ball on the other end of the floor as the refs are conferring on whether or not it should be 2 free throws. Or no, they didn't call a foul, did they, Ian? What?
I thought they did. And then they take it back, or I don't know. Arg's obviously mad about something.
Okay, so there's no foul, and Independence is in play full court. I'm not sure what the situation was there, but
yeah, me neither.
Here we go. Independence across half court, back door. This is a better one by Veely. He'll adjust and score. That was the first pure offensive possession for Independence.
Yeah, they just got past our press pretty easily and just drove to the baseline and found an open guy on the post, and then he just makes that little little shot right there and puts Indy ahead of us.
4-3, Indy leads indeed. 2 minutes first quarter, another suffocated pass entry from Phillips to Baker, tipped and stolen. Here's a drive for Lanning, gets to the rack and is fouled, and he'll shoot his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game. Labette County with 6 or 7 team fouls to open the first quarter. That's the first on Phillips.
Yeah, playing very aggressive defense here and just trying to get away with the ball. I mean, that is a good thing to see when we are trying to go get aggressive, but sometimes you're a little too aggressive and wanting that ball, as Lanning does miss his first free throw.
This would extend the Independence lead to 2 if Lanning can knock it down. Lanning, a 5'11 sophomore guard for Independence. A lot of new faces for this Independence squad. For those Grizzly fans who've listened to our matchups in the past, Lanning knocks down the second. He's 50%, 2 for 4 from the line. 5-3 Independence leads, minute 50 first quarter. Bates nearly travels, but gets the bounce pass to go to Phillips. Bates gets it back and kicks it to Heston. Pulls the three-pointer down, shoots a fading floater that airballs, and Independence loses it out of bounds. Lanning was getting ready to rip and run down the floor, but lost it out of bounds.
You know, Jack, you think without Indy having their big guy Easton Ewing anymore, you would think Hudson would get a little bit more touches in this game with how much high he has over Indy, but he hasn't really got that many touches, and this is one of the first times I've seen him with it, and every time he's had it, as he does miss that shot right there, he hasn't really done much with it, and that's something that surprises me.
Lanning open for 3, and the high rebound is brought down by Phillips. A quarterback pass up ahead is intercepted by Birdie, And fortunately for Labette County, it tumbles out of bounds. So it's 5-3 Independence. Labette County's 3-point bucket came from Barrett Heston early in the game. We do have a timeout, Coach Argebright. Things have been sloppy really for both teams. Back in 30 seconds, this is Grizzly basketball.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Five to 3 is the score here in Indy. Minute 21 first quarter out of the Coach Argebright timeout. We'll see if he got to our players. Here's an entry pass to Phillips. It was kind of a lob set, sort of.
Yeah.
Maybe a tip play, rather. Intercepted by Independence, though. Lanning with the extra pass to Birdie. Lanning left open, rips, hits. His first three of the game.
Yeah, I was watching him shoot around during pregame before they came out and before the game started, and he could shoot that ball. I've seen him. He was making about everything he shot, so definitely got to keep an eye on whenever he's out there with the ball.
Baker catches it in the post position and scores it. 8-5 is the score. Indy in front. Hudson with his first bucket. 40 seconds, and it's Indy's ball, and a block is called on Briggs Knight, and 2 free throws for Bunyard coming up.
I thought maybe he dropped his shoulder and kind of ran into Briggs, but they don't call that. And I think that's what Briggs is trying to make his case with.
As Argebright was talking to the officials, so Briggs maybe felt a little bit obliged and a bit of authority to go talk to the official as well, and that's what he did. First free throws knocked down for Bunyard. Independence will have shot their 8th free throw after Bunyard shoots this one, compared to Labette County's 0.
Definitely going to be a make or break in this game as Bunyard makes his 2nd free throw.
Labette County needs to be glad about the new free throw rule, because Independence would already be in the bonus for the whole half if we had the rules of the past years. But luckily their team fouls will reset after this quarter's over. Bates leans into his defender, leans and misses. Baker there, but his effort is not enough. Out of bounds, it tumbles, and Coach Argebright's players look to him for the inbound play.
Really good job by this Independence defense with giving Hudson a rough time underneath the board, as he, like I said, he hasn't got many touches, as it seems every time he does get it, there's about 3 people on him.
Phillips will drive and have it ripped away, and a foul is not called on Bates. That looked like one, as Julian goes up and under Phillips and gets a nice layup to fall. Heston with 3 seconds on the clock. 2 seconds, finds Bates, and he won't get it off in time. And Coach Brad Smith is electric, as he should be. Independence owned that first quarter. 3 more stanzas to go. Dylan Johnson on the bench with a couple fouls. Labette scrapping here in Indy for life early on, though. Back in 1 minute, Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Independence to inbound the basketball as they lead Labette County by 7. Xavier Phillips nearly stole the inbounds pass, but he kind of slips to the ground and lost control, and Independence luckily collects it. Bunyard has the ball. Julian calling for it. They go inside. This is Veely. Good defense by Briggs Knight. Knight in the game along with Bates, Heston, Baker, and Phillips. The play call is in for Independence. Julian drives at the top. Baker contested it enough, but the rebound is brought down by Veely, and the outlet goes to Julian.
Just something we struggle with putting a body on another body and coming away with those defensive rebounds.
Lanning with 5 first quarter points with a dribble handoff to Birdie. Smith chirping at his men. Birdie gets it underway. Julian defended by Knight on the far side in front of Coach Argabright. Lanning pulls up and misses it. Phillips with another nice sky-high rebound.
Good rebound by Xavier, just getting his outlet. Kagan pushes it down the floor as Briggs will miss his jump shot from about a little inside the three-point line.
Veely down the floor. Nice trail defense for the Grizzlies as they signal it'll stay with Independence, as Labette County's bench as well as some of the fans disagree. Independence to inbound, and we're underway. 6:40 second quarter, 12-5 Independence. Julian with the ball, dribbles with his left hand, picks it up, gives it to Lanning. It's been those two doing most of the facilitating. Bunyard with a pass to Birdie with position, misses the lay-in. Heston, good eye-hand coordination to bring down the rebound.
Very strong rebound right there by Barrett Heston.
Another bad entry pass to Baker, stolen away. Labette's coaching staff looks like they're at a funeral. Inside Bunyard, it's thrown off his groin area and tumbles after Baker got a hand on it. And they'll say Baker touched it last as he swatted it near Labette County's student section. And Independence will inbound it from the corner. So kind of an awkward spot for Independence to inbound it.
If I'm in the student section, I'm definitely chirping the inbounder right there.
Yeah, they were just a few feet from him as Miss Smith, principal at Labette County High School, goes over and talks to the center and quarterback duo of the student section, Lane Simmons and Kendall Holtzman. Only imagine what's going on over there. Good support from the student body. Travel is called on Bunyard. Turnover Independence.
Finally get some life out of them.
That's right. They're letting Independence hear it.
Definitely been a rival in the past whenever we come here and play Indy, so it'll be a good one.
5:40 first half. Labette County yet to score in the second quarter, looking to draw blood in their scoring column. Independence hasn't scored as well. Here's a drive by Bates. It's stripped and stolen. Independence running. Birdie, handoff Bunyard. He'll look to score. He leaned into Phillips. That's a charge.
That's definitely going to be charged every time. He just rammed his shoulder right into Xavier, so good job by Xavier taking that hit.
Phillips wipes his shoes clean of any dust that might remain and inbounds it to Bates. He's hesitant but takes the open hardwood in front of him. Bates has it stripped again, but a foul's called. That'll be 2 in the quarter on Indy. Labette yet to commit a crime in this stanza.
Which is surprising as we started the first quarter out with about 7 or so.
Yes.
So definitely want to see some more life here on offense from our Grizzly boys. It has been a little bit of a struggle this second quarter and even the first quarter.
Yeah, 0 points scored from either team in this quarter, 5:10 to go. Second quarter, that is. Bates dishes it off to the left side to Barrett Heston. Uses the Johnson screen, pulls up from the left elbow. Can't quite get the jumper to fall. Rebounded by Bunyard.
I'm just happy that Bear's actually shooting the ball, because some of the Grizzlies, when they get the ball, are just passing it away. So good to see Bear not afraid to take a jump shot there.
Birdie with nice position down low. Phillips' length made it tough for him to shoot and score, and he missed. Argerbright a little bit frustrated with his offense unless he was yelling at an official. He is thirsty for a bucket, and so are we.
Yeah.
He watches on, leaning on his right leg in a relaxed position, watching his struggling offense try to score. They go to Baker at the right block, takes one dribble, leans and misses it, fights for his rebound and collects, bucket plus the foul. We needed it, and Hudson delivered. This is just a 5-point game after a long scoring drought.
The rim and Hudson don't seem to be friends right now, as every shot he's taken is just kind of rolled around the rim, and finally there he gets the bucket and one call. So hopefully at the line he can make his free throw and make it a 4-point Labette County deficit.
Briggs Knight comes back in for sophomore point guard Kagan Bates as he gets a drink of water and wipes his face free of the sweat riding upon it. Baker's and one free throw is good. He has 5 of Labette County's 8 points. Labette picking him up in a little bit of pressure now, trying to get some momentum here. Here's a drive from Lanning. Baker playing good hands-free defense. Phillips gambles on a pass but misses. Down low they go. Baker blocks it. He blocked it and grabbed it at the same time, and a foul is called on Gregory. 4 team fouls on Indy in this quarter.
Yeah, Hudson just holds on to that ball strong right there as Gregory just fouls him. He's just like, what are you doing, dude?
Heston to inbound. Independence still applying that pressure. And a foul on Labette County, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. On who? Is that on Barrett?
It's on Briggs, I think. That's his third. And the team's first of the quarter. He looked at Coach Argerbright kind of to plead a case, and Argerbright said, no, go play defense as Independence is inbounding it.
I didn't see quite what Briggs did there, but just an unlucky foul call there.
A drive and an errant layup is missed by Bunyard. Labette on a little 3-0 run looking for more. Heston gives it up. Baker, there's no way that's offensive. And it is on Independence. As Baker leaned a little with his shoulder but spun off the defender, I was afraid it would be a charge.
As Hudson will go to the line and shoot too, so that will be Independence' 5th team foul there. As we do see a little bit of a reverse first quarter to second quarter, as it was Labette County with the 5, and now it's Indy with the 5 as Hudson will make his first free throw, and Kagan will check in for Briggs as he will take a seat. Probably won't see him for a little bit as he did commit his 3rd foul. He's probably out of the game until 3rd quarter now.
Yes. Yeah, as Briggs has played a lot of minutes here in the first half. Hudson looking to make it a 2-point game and hits it. He's 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight with 7 total points. It's 12-10 Independence. Tables have turned in the second quarter. Independence has not scored a bucket. They're on the other side of half court now. They cross the black timeline. Here's Julian. One dribble, picks it up. Labette County in a zone now, kind of a 2-1-2, if you will. That's my best guess. Baker in the middle. Julian not liking what he sees. Heston comes to defend the corner with Johnson. Ball handler Gregory. They punch a hole in the 2-1-2. 3-point shot on the kick out is buried by Lanning, and that's how you respond to a zone.
Yeah, definitely. If a defense is playing a 2-3 zone, you got to have somebody outside to knock down that 3-point, and Lanning was there to make it.
Bit of separation for Indy, only up 5, but it is their first bucket of the quarter. Bates with a turn and give. Johnson wants a 3 of his own and gets a 3 of his own. 15-13 the score, right back to a 2-point Independence lead.
We need to see more of that from Dylan. He can shoot that ball. He does not need to be afraid to shoot that.
He is a terrific shooter. Phillips gambles on a pass. Can't believe that wasn't a foul, but I'll take it. Here's Gregory on the ball movement continuation. Lanning with the extra to Birdie. Johnson's banging around inside with Veely. Here's a drive for Lanning. Rises, grazes the front of the rim. That's out on Veely. Labette County ball looking to tie or take the lead.
As you can feel the atmosphere kind of going in Labette County's favor here, as we do seem to get a bit of momentum going our way now with only 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter, as we are only down by 2, Jack.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like it. but they put themselves in position here with 2 minutes to go in the half. Baker drives, and that's probably on him. Yeah, it is a travel. That didn't feel like a whistle that was a good thing if you're a Grizzly fan by how that developed. Travel on Hudson. Julian.
Shake it off. My bad, Jack. Just kind of shake that off and come down, play some defense. Don't get a little too aggressive on defense after that call, but play some smart ball.
As that's a 10-second violation on Independence. Grizzly Nation with a bit of excitement here for one of the few times here tonight. Hopefully they can add to that. Minute 40 to go in the half. Phillips will throw it in.
Someone who's been like pretty quiet this whole game, or the season quiet, if I'm not wrong, but Kagan hasn't scored much of this whole season, and he can score that ball, and he can shoot it. I feel like he's a little timid to shoot it, and he needs to start just letting it rain, because I know he can score anytime he wants.
Bates does collect it off of the Baker give. It's a set play for Johnson. It's there for the lead. Too strong, potentially too open for Johnson. And Independence with the rebound. Their outlet pass is tipped by Baker. It's up for grabs, and Julian's got it. Up ahead they go. 2-on-2, and fouled hard is Julian, and he just called an intentional on Johnson.
Wow.
That's Dylan's third, and they called an intentional on DJ. I don't think that.
A little bit of chirping there between Dylan and Lanning. Wow.
So that'll clear the lane for Julian to shoot free throws on an island by himself. Nobody on the blocks, as an intentional foul warrants 2 free throws, and I don't remember if it's possession of the ball or not in high school.
I'm pretty sure it is. As Carson Lamb will sit at the check-in table for Dylan.
Julian does miss the first free throw. I think it's harder to shoot free throws when there's no one on the blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Second free throw for Julian is no good, and Labette student section pats themselves on the back as Julian's trip is empty.
As Carson does check in for Dylan. And Independence will get possession on the baseline.
Julian to throw it in. Holds it with his left hand and throws it to the far corner to Lanning. Looking for another three. Misses this one. Baker skies for the board, well above anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, all he saw was his arm just fly up there, and I didn't realize how much hops he had, to be honest.
Baker with a nice skip pass. Lamb in the corner for the lead. Missed it to the right.
Rebound.
Heston is there. Goes up strong. Draws the foul. And after all the ugly sequences this first half has obtained, Barrett Heston is going to the line to try to tie this game.
These are big and crucial free throw shots right here from Barrett Heston to tie this game possibly. And if they don't score, if neither team score, it'll be a tie game going into halftime. That's really big for us. As Barrett will miss his first free throw.
First player other than Hudson to shoot a free throw for Labette County tonight.
Barrett this game definitely has stepped up a lot, try to score for our offense and try to get us up, try to get us some scores other than Hudson. Wow.
Heston's trip is empty. These teams are trying to hold the door open for their opponent, but neither team is stepping through it. 15-13 Independence with 36 seconds left in the half. Bunyard has it. Phillips out on him. It looks to be a man-to-man for Argerbright's team. Phillips gets a steal. It's an even matchup in the full court transition, and that might be a jump ball. It is. A nice effort from Independence to draw the jump, but the possession favors Labette County. Nice steal, though, by Xavier.
Yeah, really good steal by Xavier, especially with the final couple seconds of the second quarter coming down, getting the steal right there and possibly getting us the lead or, well, a tie ball game or a lead going into halftime.
Heston throws it in to Baker. He fakes the handoff and drives, looking for the tie, and that's probably going to be a charge, and it is.
Hudson just doing a little too much bullying down there and just getting the foul called on him.
He's so much bigger. Sometimes you can be too big because you know, if that was Barrett or something, that might not have been a charge, but because Baker's so big, it just looks worse.
Yeah. After that foul, or that charge call was called, I just see his mom up there just kind of laughing.
Here's Veely. 4 seconds on the clock. Bunyard sees it. Here's a big three at the buzzer for Lanning. Missed it, and the buzzer sounds. That would have been big. It wouldn't have determined the outcome by any stretch, but it's such a low-scoring game. Every lead feels bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Independence 15, Labette County 13. That is a halftime score here in the league opener from Independence. We'll be back in Amanda, if it's okay, we'll go 3 minutes this time and be back with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show.
As we bring you to the halftime show where the Labette County Grizzly boys trail the Independence Bulldogs by 2 at halftime with 6:30 remaining, as Jack will return and put his headset on.
I didn't want to walk in front of the dance squad.
Yeah, it's all good.
There were about 1,500 iPhones pointed at the dance team. I didn't want to ruin some of these memories for the parents and whatnot, so I walked around the other side of the gym. But yeah, welcome in Grizzly fans to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. We'll get in our sponsors again here real quick for making our job possible. The other sponsors that we are going to pick up on from the last time are Tank Connection, Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store of Altamont, Olson Ace Hardware, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris. as here inside the gym, Independence gets set for their, I say annual, I don't know how often they do it, but every time I've been here they do.
Wow.
Some contestants are
Sorry, that was loud. But
some contestants are contestants are throwing an airplane. As I'll just go ahead and mute Ian. He seems overly excited about paper airplanes for some reason. No, I'm just kidding. As they have some contestants who had to make their own paper airplane and throw it at these cones, and the closest to the cone wins something. I don't know what, but I would have liked to have participated in that.
Me too.
Throw it from here? That'd be fun.
I mean, I was just saying, wow, because that airplane went so far.
I'll leave you to it, Ian. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
As Labette County trails 15-13, Ian, it's so low scoring, it almost feels like an end of the first quarter score.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it feels half of potentially what it should be, but this has been the storyline for both of these teams.
Yeah.
Low scoring. They're kind of used to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that, as you said. And even in last game when the girls played, it was a low scoring even going into halftime then, and then all of a sudden they come out after halftime, and our girls score a lot more than they did in the first half, and then the Indy girls kind of struggled a little bit, but let's hope in our game the boys can come out scoring a lot more as well, and see a lot more people getting involved into this offense, as that's what we definitely need here. As Hudson, I don't know how many points he has, but not enough right now. As I mean, he does score quite a few points for us, but I would like to see Dylan shoot the ball a lot more. Xavier hasn't been too involved in this offense, so I do like to see a lot more of him in the second half, as well as Barrett's been shooting the ball anytime he gets a chance, so I don't think he's going to stop there, as well as Kagan. I really want him to start scoring the ball because he's such a talented guard, and every time he gets a point or just making something, he's always pumping up our offense, and that's something we need in this game, especially against this Independence team. And SEK play this will go as our first game in SEK play.
This is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Labette County trails Independence 15-13 at the break. At the end of the first quarter, it was Independence 12, Labette County 5. Then Labette County held Independence to one field goal in the second quarter, 3 total points. That is where you take your money and run as long as you can. But Labette County only did that and put up 8 points in their column. So Independence kind of wiping the sweat off their brow, thankful that they held Labette County to 8 points in a quarter in which they mightily struggled. So 13-15 is the halftime score, with Hudson Baker leading the way with 7 points. Barrett Heston and Dylan Johnson each with 3. Lanning for Independence has 8. He's hit a couple big shots when Labette County's threatened there offensively to take the lead. Veely has 3, and Bunyard and Julian each have 2. So nobody's really emerged yet completely for either team. We'll see who kind of takes control, because some secondary actors are going to have to step up for either team to have a chance late, and we'll see who it is.
Yeah, definitely see. I mean, Lanning for the Independence Bulldogs has been terrific. He's been getting steals. He's been playing great defense, good offense. He is leading the Bulldogs in points. So, as the other Bulldogs do struggle to score a little bit, we do like to see that. So, on offense, on the Labette County side, we do want to see a lot more people getting involved. I would like to see Briggs score as well. I didn't mention him earlier, but Briggs is a talented guard as well, and he can score the ball and shoot the ball, as well as Carson. He can shoot the ball as well. We haven't seen Nolan Nash get much playing time. I think he has like a little knee problem happening with him, but he's a very talented guard. We just have so much talent in this team, and it's a little frustrating seeing us lose all these games that we've been losing, because we have a great team. We just haven't put it all together, and I think once we find out how to put it all together into a game, we're going to be unstoppable.
You know, I think that's a good frustration, because whenever you have a bad team and you lose, you don't really feel frustrated.
Yeah.
Whenever you have a good team and you lose, you should feel frustrated. And so I know that Coach Argabright's going to figure out how to move the chess pieces, and I don't even think it's that really as much as it is just execution. Boy, the turnovers have been the one word I would use to define the entire very young season that is.
Yeah.
But the first 4.5 games of the season, including this first half, one word, turnovers. So let's limit those, execute offensively, and pick up our first win of the season here tonight. Each team making their way back into our presence inside the gym. One last word with their head men, and we'll be back underway in 30 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball and has been your Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Ball goes into Camden Julian, and here we go. Will the lids come off of the rims here in Independence High? 15-13, low score first half. Yeah, both these teams are hoping so. Here's that's Lanning with the ball, excuse me. He was big in that first half for Independence, as was Hudson Baker for Labette County. They punch a hole right into Hudson, maybe looking to try and draw a foul on him, but the presence is too mighty for the smaller Veely. Better defensive possession for the Grizzlies. Birdie pulls up from deep, hits the butt of the rim and misses, but a foul staying there on Labette County.
Wow. Terrific rebound by Barrett Heston there, but I don't know who the foul's on. I think it's number 20. It's on Dylan. I think that's his 4th foul. Wow. Yeah, we're not going to see him for a long time in this game now with him drawing his 4th foul there.
Been a tough go for Dylan in this one. He hit a three-pointer that was contested. We know how well he can shoot it. Heck, he's probably the best shooter on the team.
Yeah.
And for him just to feel like he picked up maybe a couple fouls that weren't valid has got to be frustrating as he looks on. Ball goes into Camden Julian, crosses over. Flips it with the left hand, his offhand. He finds Gregory. He'll rise, fire, hits the rim twice, tipped about, pinball. Indy's got it again. It's Birdie underneath, under the basket, stretching it out across the paint. Pass intercepted, Barrett Heston.
Yeah, good pick-off pass right there from Barrett Heston. Just saw that ball coming through, and he knew it was going there, so he just picked it off.
Barrett takes a few dribbles and continues the movement. Carson Lamb in the game, nearly gets it off the pick and roll, but it hit the thigh of Birdie, and he comes away with it. Another turnover for Labette County. Julian in the corner, uncontested three, misses short, goes long though near Coach Smith's bench, but it's picked up by Carson Lamb.
On that previous offensive possession right there, I feel like Kagan just needs to rise up and shoot that ball. He's talented enough to make that, so he just needs to believe in himself there.
6:15 third quarter. Nobody has scored for either team in the third. Grizzly fans yelling for Lamb to shoot it, but he pulls it down. Baker, nice pass. Heston gets him to bite and does a nice job of going up with it and draws the foul, I think, on the way going up, or did they say on the floor?
I think on the ground is what they're going to stick with.
I thought maybe Barrett did a good enough job of proposing a sale and the referee bought it, but I guess not. Checking in his bunyard for Birdie. Labette in a stack formation. Heston open in the corner looking for the lead. Gets the lead!
Yeah,
Labette County has the lead 16-15. Barrett Heston with his second three of the game.
Kind of just taking pride from his brother there, getting that three-point shot down just like how Eli would.
You might get a text from Eli here in the next few minutes if he's listening. That's all I have to say.
I think I see him. I thought I saw him earlier walking around here. So maybe not.
Labette County playing some scrappy defense, up by one, and boy, another foul called. That's going to go on Xavier Phillips.
Oh yeah, no, I do see Eli up there.
All right, you have nothing to worry about, I guess.
Dang it. The Eli Heston, wow, he was a great player.
Absolutely. 5.5 minutes left in the third. Ball goes in Gregory's possession, defended by Bates, wearing some athletic tape on his left wrist and an ankle brace on his right ankle. Ball's worked around the perimeter in front of Coach Smith of Independence. At the top of the key, near the Orange Bulldog, Lanning has it. Now Julian, their leader, right wing, skip pass to the corner, Lanning. Inside they go, a turn, fire, and hit by J.D. Veely. And now Independence goes back up by 1.
Good little post shot there. Just getting at the drop.
Heston's entry pass a little bit too weak for Baker, picked off by Veely. Here come the Bulldogs. Good ball movement. They go in. It's Bunyard. He'll pull back now in the short corner and pick up his dribble. Julian defended well beyond the basket by Baker. He might try to take him downhill. No, he dishes it off. Here's a strip and a foul called on Bates, who cannot believe it.
I thought he got all ball there too, but ref saw otherwise and got him for a personal foul there.
Baker will defend the inbounder, Julian. He's been busy on Camden tonight. Baker jumps for joy. Pass goes across the paint. Carson Lamb wasn't paying attention, but luckily for him, Veely misses the bunny shot, and Phillips is going to come the other way. With help now, Lamb up ahead. Lamb looks to drive. Slows his dribble down, hesitates, and finds Bates. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. Heston at the free throw line, right on it. Back to Bates at the top.
Not a bad offensive possession here, as I spoke too soon, as we almost got a turnover there.
In Fort Scott, the Tigers lead the Vikes 34-23 in the boys' game. A classic there in Fort Scott territory. Xavier to inbound, though. We have a 1-point game in our presence, 4:10 to go in the third. 3 team fouls for Labette in this quarter. Independence with just 1. Baker sets a screen for Xavier. He'll use it. Phillips yet to score tonight. Throws it to the corner to Bates. Long possession for the Grizzlies, including the throw out of bounds, as another turnover on the entry pass to Baker.
Sometimes we're forcing that a little too much down there to Hudson. What a take.
Julian gets the English off of the backboard. That was a pretty layup for Camden Julian, who gets his second bucket, and he gets a steal on this end. Here come the Bulldogs. Here's a lob up for Julian, or was it an airballed floater? I don't know.
I think Hudson got a little tip on that.
Might have been blocked by Hudson, goes out of bounds. Independence will get another bite at the apple. Up by 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ball goes into the corner, Veely. Julian wants a 3 in the corner, tried to sell the foul. Ref doesn't fall for it. He'll have to rise to his feet as Heston comes the other way. Xavier in the corner, wants a 3, didn't think about it, misses it. Heston can't quite get an edge on the rebound. Julian the other way, one-arm bounce pass. Indy wants the run, and they're doing it. Veely with the execution.
I think we just got to slow down right now on offense. Take a deep breath. Playing a little too fast for our liking, as there will be a foul called on Independence. So Xavier will look to inbounds it over by the scores table.
It's thrown into Kagan Bates. He's defended by Gregory. Gets it off, and a travel's called on Bates before the pass, beg your pardon. Turnover, Labette County. Maddox Dewey checks in for Kagan Bates.
Wow.
Maddox Dewey stand out in junior varsity.
Oh yeah, no, I was just about to say that. He's a great ball player. He can shoot the ball, kind of like a Dylan. He can come inside and outside, so looking for him to score some points off the bench for us.
Camden Julian with the basketball, tries to get past Baker, nearly throws it out of bounds. Lanning with a nice wide receiver catch. And I'm assuming that's a foul on Labette County based on Independence's reaction. The foul was as far away from us as you can get on the other side of the gym. That's the first on Barrett Heston and the 4th as a team this quarter for the Grizzlies. Wide open in the corners, Bunyard. His 3 is too strong. Rebound, Barrett Heston. He's had a few of those tonight, but it's ripped away. Lanning, dagger 3, left wing, short. Briggs Knight skies for it and draws a foul. Briggs Knight and Barrett Heston have had some big box out and rebounds here this evening with 2:20 left in the third quarter.
Those have really been the painkillers here, as rebounds have really come to kill us in most of these games that we've been playing. Just got to put a body on another body and get away with the rebound. It seems to be a hard thing for us to do.
Heston left open, wants another three. Looked good from here, but came up short and rattled the iron. 21-16 Indy in front still. Labette with just one field goal in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. Looking to drive on Knight is Lanning. Good defense by Briggs. He'll force him to kick it. Bunyard defended by Dewey, a near foul. Nice defense, though, from Maddox. Julian off of a screen. Gets by Dewey and lays it in for two.
Yeah, Maddox just kind of looking for that help defense, and Julian just got right past him and scored that bucket.
Ball is loose again, but Bunyard wasn't paying attention. Heston dribbles into traffic, kicks it to Phillips, lets it rip, misses short. Rebound, Heston again. Hits the deck, foul called on Indy. Labette hanging on by the skin of their teeth, but it is due to some good old grimy effort.
Turnovers, Jack. It's killing us in this ball game.
That's the third on Bunyard, and the fourth is a team matching Labette's total here in the third. Ball goes into Heston, given room again. Julian sticks out his left foot and kicks it out of bounds, and Argabright has to play dodgeball for a bit and avoid getting hit by the basketball.
He's pretty good at dodgeball.
He's good at a lot of things.
Yeah, he's great. PE class with him last year. Wow.
Here's a nice cut by Maddox, and he misses the layup. Almost felt like he maybe was too open, but what a great backdoor by Dewey. And then getting beat back are the Labette County Grizzlies, and Gregory gets his first bucket of the game. That was a 4-point swing for the Grizzlies. Down by 9 now. Here's a kick to Phillips, wants another three and gets it. In fact, his first of the game rather, but he shot about 3 or 4 of them, and that was a big one. Argabright wants to give his squad a breather. And I think I'll take a break and let myself breathe for a moment. It has been nonstop and Independence, a 1-minute break, and we're back on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Labette County with a big three-pointer from Xavier Phillips to keep it at a 6-point Independence advantage. 47 seconds to go in the third. Here's a pull-up from 12. Blocked at the top by Baker. Nearly getting his own rebound was Bunyard. Jumping for joy is Hudson, and laying it in is Gregory. Was that another Grizzly turnover? No, it was just batted out by Bunyard in the full court situation.
Yeah, just being way too careless with the ball right now and just kind of forcing passes that we shouldn't be doing, and then it's not going our way.
Heston has probably earned the highest grade for playing hard for Labette County over the course of the last 10 days. Yeah. He has just been grimy. Dewey with the basketball, looks for the pick and roll, has it stripped and stolen away. Independence playing hard as well. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. This is a big possession. Labette down by 8. 6 seconds. Julian with it, gets to the rim, draws the foul. Regardless if it was a shot or not, it's the 5th team foul for Labette. 2 free throws for Julian approaching.
As much as it seems like we're down by so much, as with how many turnovers it feels like we're having, we're only down by 9 now. It's still a ball game for us.
I said 9 earlier. It's 9 now after Julian made the free throw. Thank you, Ian.
As Nolan Nash will check in for Maddox Dewey. So first time seeing Nolan in a couple games.
Second free throw for Julian is no good. Labette's got 3 seconds. Heston doesn't look at the clock. Half a second and doesn't get it off in time. At the end of 3, it's 28-19. Independence in front, and hopefully we don't have a code red here in Independence, and Labette County can come back here in this one. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Grizzly basketball.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Barrett Heston with the ball to open up what is hopefully a much more clean quarter of basketball for our Grizzlies. Kagan Bates back in the game. He was on the bench for a while. Heston collects it in the corner. He wants to step back right wing 3, goes down and out, as do a lot of our shots. Julian with a long outlet pass to Veely. He'll try to lean into Baker, and he blocks it, pins it against the backboard, and it springboards out to Heston. He'll get by his man, missed the reverse, but there's Baker. He'll go up and is fouled. 2 free throws for Hudson coming up. Labette County dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, definitely dodged a major bullet right there, but we do see Hudson get to the line and hopefully get his first points of the second half, matter of fact. So
yeah,
not much of Hudson from the second half, so hopefully he can get things turned around here at the free throw line, as he does miss his first free throw, as Nolan Nash will check in for Barrett Heston.
Dylan Johnson in the game as well with 4 personal fouls. So it's Nash, Bates, Baker shooting his second free throw, Phillips and Johnson. Baker's second is well short, rebound Independence.
Dylan's got to definitely play smart here. He does have 4 fouls, so no nonsense of a defensive play, hopefully.
Julian, a little dribble drive, handoff. Lanning loses it out of bounds. Labette County evidently got a fingertip on the basketball, and it goes out. 6:59 to go in the game. Labette County down 28-19. Julian, little set play, head fakes on a 3, extra bounce pass, Birdie, his floater, no good. Almost would have been easier if Julian just shot the 3. Those bunnies are hard. Johnson runs towards the ball. Here's Nash, deep right wing, given space. Nash lets it fly. Little bit off the mark for Nash, but not by a lot. Julian, full force up ahead. Uncontested layup is missed, and it goes out of bounds, and Julian sold it to the official. Wow. And it'll stay with Independence. Sometimes if you just act like it hit the other team and don't try to save it, the ref believes you and thinks the other team did hit it.
Yeah, definitely what Julian did there, so worked out in his favor. As whenever Julian has had the ball and drives to the rim, he is very, very aggressive with it. He's running full force, so if we just put a body right there, take a charge, we can get it going our favor there.
I agree with that, Ian, as Independence does throw it away, as we do need something to spark momentum, and hopefully that turnover does just that. Kagan Bates will have it per usual, bringing it up the floor, goes behind his back and snatches it, tries to be shifty upon his defender. Nash given room again, doesn't shoot it. not looking for the shot, given a lot of room by Julian. Now he'll
Good
go
play.
up, under, and score. Nolan Nash with one of the more athletic moves we've seen tonight.
Yeah, definitely one of the best plays we've seen tonight from these Labette County Grizzlies. So hopefully that'll spark something in them and get going on this offensive journey.
I don't think Julian realized how good of an athlete Nolan Nash is.
Oh,
he
yeah.
hasn't really played all game long. Just this freshman coming in, what can he do?
Yeah.
28-21, Nash on Birdie, and Birdie scores around him. That's a good shot by Birdie.
Yeah, kind of just repaid the favor in what Nolan did there. Getting that nice little two-point conversion as he goes again. Almost gets the N1 call as he will go to the free throw line and shoot two. Really athletic kid.
He really is, as Nolan Nash, a freshman. He stands at 6 foot tall. That's
Yeah.
what he's listed here in the roster. Absolutely outstanding receiver on the football field. Coach Smith is going to take a timeout the next opportunity he can get one, as Nash misses the first free throw. And before Nash can shoot his second free throw, Coach Smith is going to be granted a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Labette trying to pick up their first win of the year here in 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Nolan Nash with one free throw as he collects the basketball from the official. Labette down 9, 5:17 to go. Nash's second free throw's too strong, tries to get his own miss, can't get a foul. He's fighting for it, and it's rebounded by Gregory. Labette's got to get back and play some defense. Getting to the rim and scoring is Lanning.
He's gotta put a body in front of that. He's just driving to the rim full force. Like I said earlier, just put your body in front, take a charge. I think the refs will definitely call it. They've not been afraid to blow their whistles here.
Here's Bates off the give from Nash. Off the glass plus the foul. Labette County needed it. Nolan Nash playing with some swagger as he gallops over to high five his fellow sophomore point guard. Bates at the line to make this an 8-point game.
As I was saying earlier, Kagan can score the ball wherever he's at on the court. So he just needs to start shooting that ball a little bit more often, and he's going to make it. He's going to, like I said, he's going to give us some momentum in here. So, as well as Nolan Nash, he stepped in, and he's been pretty great for us.
Yeah, sometimes, freshmen, even in the collegiate level, as Dylan Johnson checks out for Barrett Heston, almost feel obliged to not score and let somebody else. Let the upperclassmen, let the Xavier shoot it, let the Hudson shoot it. I can't. I'm just a wee freshman. But Nolan Nash needs to understand how good he is, and I think he does.
Yeah.
And we're seeing some swagger here tonight from Nash. And I know that won't turn into selfishness. We don't have anybody like that on the team.
Definitely somebody we needed to come off the bench in a game like this, as Julian just heaves it down the court. I don't know.
As it's a block called, the bucket went in. I'm curious to see if that's an and one. They call the block as the layup was good. They say 2 shots, so Labette County fortunate there. They don't count the bucket.
Yeah, Hudson kind of just went up and grabbed the rim.
Bates did make the free throw if we did not announce that. It's 32-24 with 4:40 left in the game, and Bunyard's shooting 2. His first free throw in a quiet gym is hoisted and made. Back to a 9-point Independence advantage. I was sitting at this same table with Isabel Redford calling a game when we were down 14 with this amount of time left, and Labette won it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I was up there watching it. I was like, there's no way we're winning this. We're down by so much, and just, wow, what are we doing?
They call an illegal screen on Hudson Baker. As he was set, that was a terrific screen. I'm telling you, if that was Kagan that set that screen, that wouldn't have been called.
Yeah.
Baker's double the size of the guy that ran into him. Timeout, Coach Argabright. It'll be Independence ball.
I swear his feet were set.
That's because they were.
Argabright's trying to talk to the referee on that, and he's like, "Man, what are we doing? Like, he's set. That should not be a charge right there."
This is usually where I get a text from somebody that watched the live stream and said, look, he was still sliding. So if he was, sorry, but 4:36 to go in the game. We'll keep it here. Labette down 10. We'd like to thank our sponsors again for making our job possible. Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, and Labette Center for Mental Health Services. Independence will inbound. Each possession is so valuable.
Yeah.
Especially if you are Labette County. Julian.
Sorry.
Yeah. Labette County does need to slide their feet in, is just getting right by them is Julian every time.
Yeah, it's what he's been doing the whole time. He knows that his defender's up in his face, and he knows that none of them can get in front of him every time he's roved to the basket. And so he's just continuing to do that until someone actually takes a charge from him or stops him.
Yeah, why would you stop? As Baker just kind of lets out a big breath of air from his stomach as he bends over a little bit as he just picked up his 4th personal foul. Each team with 3 team fouls, 4:10 left in the game. Independence by 10. Labette with just 24 points in the game. Here's a drive from Lanning. He tripped, and they'll say it was Phillips that caused the trip. Foul on Xavier.
It just feels like everything is going Independence's way right now.
Independence will inbound underneath their own basket. Julian finds Lanning. Lanning has been impressive for Independence tonight as he's rim stuffed underneath, gets his own rebound as it hit in between the backboard and the rim, and so it just teardropped right back into his possession. He loses possession. Here comes Heston, weaving in and out of the jerseys that are white. He'll lean, shoot, and score. It's an 8-point game again.
Yeah, really good play right there by Barrett as Julian just heaves it down the court again and gets it past half court easily.
Here's a drive inside, backside pass to Birdie, misses the bunny. No over the back is called, and the putback is perfect. Nobody put a body on Gregory. That hurts.
Yeah, as it feels like we just get momentum, and then Independence just takes it away from us.
Bates looks to drive, gives it up to Heston. Now Baker beyond the arc, defended by Birdie. He'll drive, near travel, out of bounds. Pass was looking for Heston. It either hit Heston or didn't hit him at all. Either way, turnover Grizzlies.
Good look by Hudson there. I think just Bear didn't read it was coming to him or anything, so it's out of bounds, unlucky.
Labette County fighting for a steal, and a foul is going to be called, and that'll be 2 free throws for Gregory at the line. He has 6 points on the game, all in the second half, and this will be his first trip to the stripe.
Maybe that's a good thing for us, though, as we know that all they were going to try to do is waste time there or try to get a charge, or not charge, but a foul on us. So I honestly would rather take that right now, because I don't know what he looks like from the free throw line.
First one is well strong. 36-26 Independence, 3:02 to go in the contest. One more free throw for Tucker Gregory, the senior guard. His second free throw is good.
As Independence's lead will go to 11.
Nice bounce pass from Bates to Nash. Looks for position, adjusts, fires, misses. Phillips trying to get the 50-50 ball, loses it out of bounds, and a foul signaled in on Independence. 4th team foul on the Bulldogs.
It was good positioning by Nolan Nash there. He didn't realize that there wasn't anybody going to be on him, and he had a wide open layup, but he just barely misses it.
Nolan Nash with the deep 3 that's too strong, rebounded by
late call.
Lanning as Baker did assist him in kind of going out of bounds.
That's his 5th.
While the whistle was really late, it was the right call.
That'll be his 5th foul, and he will come out of the game.
Dylan Johnson will come in for him, who has 4 personal fouls. So 2 free throws for Lanning, and this is another slow bleed for our Grizzlies.
They are only down by 11 with 2:40 left, so there's plenty of time as Lanning will make his free throw, making it a 12-point lead. But it's only a 12-point lead with 2:40 left. I mean, that is not much time, but if we could just get some shots down, we're still in this game. But I feel like our boys already have in their heads that they're going to lose this game, and that can't be.
Lanning misses the second. Nice rebound by Nash, as that had to have hurt.
No, you're good.
I went to block the basketball from hitting the table, and I stabbed Ian with my pencil. Even we're falling apart.
I know.
Got to get our Grizzlies to pick our self-esteem back up here. Phillips set to throw it in, goes into Bates. That was going to hit us pretty hard, Ian.
Yeah, it was.
You
got the double block there.
That's right. 2:30 left in the game. Bates with a dribble drive, kick out to Heston. Here's Bates with a little floater, and he cans it. Argerbright calls a full timeout. Labette County down 10, 2:13 left. The final Grizzly push is coming in 1 minute on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds.
Independence to inbound. They have to go the full length of the floor. Ball goes into Julian, right back to the inbounder. That's Gregory. Back to Julian. Labette pressing, flipping it across half court to Gregory. Now he'll hold it for a little bit before he dribbles. He's looking for Julian. Labette County in desperate need for a turnover. Julian looks to drive, tries to shoot it, and gets it to go. I don't know if Coach Smith was looking for them to try to score, but Julian got the friendly roll.
Yeah, definitely not complaining there from Coach Smith, as he will take those 2 points that Julian scored.
Julian has just taken over as Bates with a little stutter step misses it. Heston in traffic with the board and the putback. Barrett Heston is playing large.
Barrett and Kagan, Nolan all just kind of taking over right now and trying to score for this team, trying to get us back in.
Bunyard's dribbles a little out of control, and Barrett Heston draws a charge. 40-30 is the score. Independence in front, but it's Labette County's ball this time, but just a minute 16 left. Wish there was another minute or two added on there.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe just a little sign of life here, maybe get us closer into this game.
Kagan Bates trying to run some point here, hands it off to Nolan Nash, who's played a lot of minutes. He'll look to drive, he'll fade, shoot, score. It's an 8-point Labette County deficit now. Timeout White, that's Coach Smith. Nolan Nash is looking loose here, and that's a good thing, as we'd like to thank the back half of our sponsors, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Olson Ace Hardware, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball. 40-32, Labette County trying to make a late push here in Independence with 57.7 seconds on the clock and having to play some full court defense. Ball is in. Julian with Briggs Knight in the game and on the ball. Pass goes to Bunyard. Near travel, no whistle. Argerbright agrees with me. Across half court they go, swiping at the ball, and a foul is whistled in, and Gregory will shoot a pair.
Yeah, definitely a frustrating sight as a coach, as you did see him take a couple steps after catching that ball and wishing he would call that travel there, but ref just misses it.
Gregory 1 for 2 from the line tonight. His first free throw, after he thinks about it, is no good. He'll get one more free throw. He's 1 for 3 now with 47 seconds to go in the game. 8-point Independence lead. Second free throw, good, hit the rim twice. Bates with it. Labette needs to do something here as he'll jump stop in traffic. Kicks it out to Heston, wants a three on a big night and hits a three.
Wow.
Barrett Heston with 13 points on the game. Labette's within 6 with 36 seconds left. Timeout, Coach Argerbright. It is a full, so we'll take 30 seconds and come back and chat a bit here on KLKC. Independence High School Band done a fantastic job tonight, adding to an atmosphere that is usually like this when we come here. Generally comes down to the final few possessions, and this one is as well. Lead is 6 for Independence with 36 seconds left in the game. Labette playing defense again. To throw it in is Gregory. Holds the ball even with his belly button. Looks for somebody. Throws it into Lanning, and it's going to be a foul rather than a jump ball. As a couple quarters ago, that would have been a jump, but now, since refs are maybe anticipating a foul more so than anything, it's whistled in. 2 free throws for Lanning, who has split every pair he shot tonight.
Yeah, definitely wishing that was a jump ball right there, but unlucky for us, it wasn't, as Lanning looks to make his first free throw, but misses it. But still only down by 6 with 34 left in the game.
Yeah, he misses this. You come down and hit a momentum three, then you have a different story. Labette County has no timeouts left, and he misses it. Rebound tipped about. It's on the floor. It's going to be Independence ball. And it's thrown away. Independence throws it away. Here comes Bates. Ball is, or that's Nash. It's on the deck, picked up, stolen. That was the nail in the coffin. Up ahead is Lanning. He's fouled again, and that was it. I said it was Independence ball because they have the possession arrow, and so a jump ball would have given it to Indy, and then it was thrown away by the Bulldog on the ground.
Oh, that's Briggs' 5th as well. So he'll check out, and Xavier will check in for him.
So Lanning gets another try. Didn't make either one of his last 2, and he makes the first one.
As Coach Smith tells them to, hey, get to half court, get away.
They do clear the lane as Lanning makes the second. As the inbounds pass is on the deck, stolen away. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Lanning's got it. As there's a slick floor out here, as I think that's Nolan Nash slipped to the deck. As he's slipped 2 or 3 times tonight, Ian.
Yeah,
as
I
it
don't
might
know.
be his shoes.
Yeah, it's either his shoes or this floor. As Barrett did slip earlier, or just like a second ago with the ball.
Yes.
So I don't know what's going on. If it's sweat or shoe problem, but
43-35, Indy in front, shooting free throws with 9 seconds left. First free throw's up and no good for Lanning. Grimaces as he gets a high five from his teammate Birdie, and he'll shoot one more.
As Nolan will check out and Carson Lamb will check in for the final 9 seconds of this ball game.
Second free throw for Lanning is good. Pure swish. 8 seconds and counting. Phillips brings it up. Labette down 9. Lamb holds. Bounce pass to Phillips with 1 second left. Barrett looking to pad his stats and nearly makes the three, but it won't matter, unfortunately. Labette County struggles to score again. 44-35 is the score. Labette County falls to 0-5 on the season and is going to have to look to rebound on Friday night as they travel to Parsons to take on their rival, who is struggling as well at Fort Scott tonight. I didn't see the score until probably 20 minutes ago. It was early fourth quarter, but Parsons was down double digits, so you might tune into that one and see how they're doing. But a big game on Friday night. Labette County needs to taste a victory as they fall for the 5th straight time to open up the season this year, 44-35. Back in 2 minutes with the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. Labette County falls 44-35 here in Independence. Jack Leake, Ian Harlow, glad to be with you for tonight's broadcast. Lucas Hayward ran tonight's YouTube live stream as always. Leading the way for scoring for Labette County, Barrett Heston had 13 points. Hudson Baker had 7 and did not score in the second half at all. Kagan Bates had 5. Nolan Nash was forced to play due to some foul trouble, but moving forward, I doubt he plays due to foul trouble. He'll play because he was effective, as he had 4 points in the fourth quarter alone, looked good. Xavier Phillips had 3. Dylan Johnson had 3. He was in foul trouble as well. For Independence, Lanning had 14. Julian had 9. Gregory had 8. Veely had 7. A lot of good, well-rounded scoring for the Bulldogs. Bunyard had 4 and Birdie had 2. 44-35 Indy, again, your final score. Ian, your first impressions feels exactly like the last 4 games, except Indy might not be the same tier as those teams, which is why it was a little bit closer.
Definitely not. Coming in this game, you know, you have a chance, a really big chance in winning this, especially after some of their, after Indy lost a couple of their people, some big people that they had in the past couple of years, and so you're coming in thinking you have a good chance at winning this game, and you're coming in thinking we got this. Like, you gotta have that mindset throughout the game, even when you're down though. And I think that's our biggest problem, is that whenever we get down in games, we get down on ourselves, and that causes us to lose games, and it's not a mindset that we need to carry on throughout the season. And we have such a talented team, and I'd like to see them start working things out.
As Labette County will move on to Parsons on Friday night. Not sure how their night turned out, but that'll be a fun doubleheader in Parsons. And then we go to Chanute the following Tuesday, a week from today. On the 19th, before Christmas break, Labette County opened up the game, scoring just 13 points in the first half total, but they only trailed by 2 at the break. And then Independence had a good third quarter and scored 13 points, which tonight was a lot. Labette County had less than half of that at 6 in that third quarter on just 2 makes from the field. Struggled at the free throw line a little bit, but that certainly wasn't the determining factor in the end. It was just the lack of offensive production due to mainly turnovers. Again.
Yeah, that's definitely been the biggest thing throughout the season is turnover. That's what's been killing us this whole entire season, and it looks to be something that we need to improve on during practices. Looking to make better passes inside to Hudson, as he does get a lot of passes thrown to him. They just aren't the best ones, and they do get taken away a lot, and then they usually capitalize on that, and that's not something that we like to see. But some big takeaways were people coming off the bench and coming in clutch with some good points off the bench, and something that we definitely like to see from our depth on our bench. And I think Argerbright definitely loves seeing that as well, as we do. As the last couple of minutes of that game is the team that I liked. I liked seeing that team a lot more than I did the whole rest of the game, just because it felt like they were more into it, and they felt like they had a chance, instead of like throughout the second and third quarters where they felt down on themselves. It felt like, at least to me, and Nolan Nash and Kagan and Barrett definitely were 3 factors in those last couple of minutes, coming in with some big points that we definitely didn't think, or definitely didn't recognize would be threats, or at least Independence didn't recognize they would be threats, and they just came in and scored that ball for us. And so going on from this game, we did learn a lot, as we did come off a loss all the rest of the games, and then coming off a loss here, we'll definitely be upset about this, but going into Friday, it'll definitely be a really great game against Parsons, and we look to see a lot more people score in that game, because I mean, it's a Parsons game, it's a rival game, it's gonna be great.
You beat Parsons. You would be leaving the gym 1-5, but you beat Parsons. Later on that night, when you go home, the water tastes colder and the food tastes all that much better after you knock off the Vikings. So hopefully Labette County can beat their rival. As we await the presence of Coach Argerbright, I spoke with Caleb McKee, the manager, so we do anticipate Argerbright to join us. Haven't heard that from him directly, but we'll give him a couple more minutes as part of our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. Back in 2 minutes with Coach Argerbright, or a wrap-up of our post-game show. Not trying to keep you up past your bedtime, Amanda. I know that's a little bit early, as you joked with me earlier about that. But we haven't seen Coach Hargerbright emerge from the locker room quite yet. But it was another one of those split hairs tonight for Labette County's basketball program. Girls get a big win. We can't let that determine how we go to bed tonight, but the boys did take another one in the chin, 44-35, and the girls won 40-28. So 2 low-scoring games took place before us in the girls' contest. Landry O'Brien had 11, Caton O'Brien had 7, and Nevaeh Jones had one of her more arguable breakout performances, if you will, on the season with 13. And Labette County really never let Independence stay effective in that game. In the boys' contest, Barrett Heston had his breakout game in terms of scoring with 13, although he has been effective in the circle tournament as well. Does a lot of things away from scoring on top of his shot-making production tonight. Hudson Baker had 7. He just made 2 two-point buckets tonight, and Hudson in terms of scoring last year going up against, or the year before as well, against Easton Ewing, who's 6'7", 6'8", was able to kind of bang with him and collect the ball a little bit easier because the floor was spread out. Well, since Independence knows they're at a pretty big disadvantage, they did a nice job of collapsing on Hudson, drawing some fouls on Hudson. He ended up fouling out of the game late, so it's been interesting to see how teams adjust to defending Hudson depending on the personnel in which they have. So it's good for him to see because you get to play these SEK teams twice. So Hudson might know what to expect the next time we take on Coach Smith's squad and expect him to do a little bit better the next time around, although the game was far from being on his shoulders, really anybody at that matter. Labette County's turnovers as a team just shot themselves in the foot yet again. Just 5 points in the first quarter, 13 in the first half will not win you a lot of games in this league. Still no sign of Coach Argerbright. Amanda, I tell you what, let's take one more just 60-second break because I see a lot of players coming out, and if he's not out by then, we will sign off from Independence. Thank you guys for hanging with us.